Please take us through last session.
Yeah, all right then. All right. Last we left off, the Mist Men had completed the festival. They had begun searching for the final item that needed searching for, which was the chest of treasure, secret treasure that Styles needed to deliver to his wizard friend. We had defeated some baddies in a dragon turtle's lair. Oh wait, no, that was before. Oh god, my head's gone.
Harpies last time.
Harpies, that was it. Harpies.
The sweet
Surrounded
melodies.
by singing melodic harpies that were nice from afar, but far from nice. And they were swiftly defeated. And we discovered Styles took us to his ship that he'd hidden away, which turned out to be, well, a spaceship, a bug. It just fucking mental. We all climbed aboard, and Styles integrated himself into the actual ship on the helm. It had its own gravity, warp speed. We've gone all sci-fi all of a sudden. And he shot us into space, leaving the world of Greyhawk and Ellie behind. The first stop was some giant hand-shaped rock in the middle of the vastness of wild space, which was a bar. Because, all good D&D stories have a bar, whether you're in space or on land.
Everyone needs a tavern.
Yeah. We met a eccentric guy called Tanner, and his slimy globular workers. And we discovered Ozzy's music on the jukebox. That was as far as I listened to, actually. Then I had my tea.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So,
we ate some food, I think, some porridge or something.
Yeah, you had the basic space gruel. You traded you collected some credits from behind the bar, as the currency in space is different to that on Earth. And where we pick up is not too long after where you've just described. You've moved out of the bar onto the little piece of rock that juts out into space. And in the cool, calm, astral air, you sit with Tanner, enjoying a bottle of wine, mead. He's brought a few drinks out, and he's just taking some time to catch up. You're the only patrons in at the moment, so he's asking you about your time, Styles, your time on Earth, and just trying to get to know you a little bit. Is there general things that you would share with him in this conversation? A brief recap, any things you'd hold behind?
No, just been chilling away for, 10 years or so, just gathering my thoughts and things. I don't think I've done anything that I'd be ashamed of and want to hide in the last 10 years.
Yeah. So you tell him about your travels.
Except when you got embarrassed by a spider.
Yes, I possibly wouldn't tell him about the spider.
Oh, and that time you was embarrassed by Arlo Clark.
What?
Oh, and that you fell in love with a prostitute.
Well, you write the story as you wish in this conversation, telling him the pieces that paint you possibly in the best light. And perhaps you tell him of your adventures in Saltmarsh, your discovery of a haunted house actually being a smuggling ring, your assault on the beaver's lair, and as you tell these stories, he's just absorbing it all in, all this information. He's a innkeeper through and through, by the way of someone who enjoys the traveller's tale, the stories that make up the universe around him. From inside, you hear the jukebox just looping around, and as some of you stare out, how do you feel as a character? For those of you who haven't possibly ever
who have feelings
considered there could be something above the clouds, above the tallest peaks of the mountains, your brain's steadily managing to comprehend.
Blackheart feels small.
Common feeling for the first person traveling in wild space. When you see your planet from above, it makes you realize that there's a lot more out there.
I think it kind of makes you feel like everyone's problems are just so insignificant. Being able to hold your thumb. Where's my camera? Hold your thumb over the entirety of the planet.
At this point, you can possibly still see Earth. It's relatively close in the form of space, but for you, it's just a slightly bigger dot in the sky compared to the other millions of pinpricks.
Everybody you've ever known. Just there. On that tiny, pale blue dot.
I think I'm gonna be sick. Just run to the corner and throw up.
It's weird, actually. I thought the Earth was flat, but it isn't. So, that's a surprise.
Garrick, as you vomit over the side, seeing chunks of the porridge fly forward, they fall with gravity towards the rock, but as they bounce underneath the rock, you see they begin to fly back up until they're just looping in this weird vortex in the center.
Well, I'm really sorry about that.
Oh, I can see it, Scarrick.
Anna sort of stands up, leans over. He's like, "Oh, that's no problem. I'll get one of them to clean it up in a bit. It happens to the best of us." And he sort of slaps you on the back.
You need to be more careful,
too well with the idea.
That could be floating around for weeks.
Oh, don't. I guess it's a bit weird to know that, like everything we know is, as Ozzy pointed out, over there in a tiny spinning ball that's disappearing from us right now.
Being masked by a punk of horror. Sick.
No, Scarrick.
We do know how to get back there, don't we?
Don't worry, Scarrick. It's called orbit. Things go round. It's not too far away. Yeah. About midwinter is when it's at its closest. Oh, what season was it down there again? It should be about high summer.
It was warm.
Yep.
Yeah. About 6 months and it'll feel a bit closer for you.
It's always sunny in Greyhawk.
Packard, he looks at the sort of this structure they're on, this big hand grasp, and he sort of looks at his own ghostly hand, and he sort of tries to perfectly mimic the positioning of his fingers to match this big celestial hand. And he contemplates for a moment.
I think I asked last session if it actually is a hand of a celestial or something.
Big ass hand.
Yeah, it's like a big rumour, sort of. They're not sure. It could
It's like
be.
the thing from Guardians of the
found
Galaxy, but the hand.
Yeah.
It's well, my mind's been blown. It takes
I don't think I'm quite back yet.
it takes a lot to surprise and shock me. I've traveled a lot, seen a lot, fucked a lot.
I can imagine that. From some of your songs, you can almost feel it in the music.
That was my intention. I'm glad you picked up on that.
Yeah, I've had a lot of time by myself sometimes when there aren't customers, and your songs really can help.
Is that so?
I
Yeah,
think he gets off to music.
Well, he won't be the first. It certainly won't be the last. Who can blame him?
I can.
speaking of customers, it should be about. And he sort of grabs the telescope behind him and peers across to where you see like a selection of asteroids just floating along. Ah, there it is. Right on time. And as you look out, you see at first nothing. The distance is a bit too far, but as the seconds and minutes pass, a shape begins to appear out of the space, heading towards the bar. The AERV's here. I thought it was getting a bit stuffy up here, so it's about time.
The what?
The air envelope refreshment vessel. Yeah. Oh, you won't know. So, on Earth, obviously, you have your air and you have your trees and your plants, which take the air you breathe out. It's like points at your chest and make it fresh. Well, obviously on here I've got my crystals and rock, but I need something to refresh. So that vessel just over there, and he hands you the telescope. He pops around every 2 to 3 weeks and refreshes it up for me. And he often brings patrons.
Genius. Tell me, do you not think it'd just be easier to just live and have a tavern where there was oxygen? Yeah.
He sort of stares out for a minute, his like bad eye just sort of drooping slightly. No, not really. I mean, where would people drink in wild space?
I don't know. I don't really know why people would come to wild space anyway. It seems like an awful lot of hassle.
Have you, and he sort of points to you, Styles, have you not told him about the Rock of Brow?
No.
The rock of
right.
what?
How are you?
It's, you know, Earth isn't just the only place in this universe.
Whoa,
Not
what?
that special. Where's your star map, Styles? Surely you've got something on there. And sort of pulling it out, he pulls out his own. And he's like, lays it down on the table. Right, you see this? This is you. And he points to Earth. This is us. We're just out on the circulation of this at the moment. These other dots, the ones with the names, these are other planets. Most not habitable, but some people live there and some people live around them. And then, normally around here, and he sort of points to one of the rings circling the sun, the Rock of Brow floats. It's a splendid place.
What the rock of Blah? Did you say?
Brow.
Rock of Brow.
B-R-A-L.
And that's another planet?
It's a city.
A city? Is it where? It's not on this map, or can I just not see it?
No. Styles, it looks like your map needs an update, perhaps. It normally
I was
lies
struggling there, old friend.
near Delta S, a bit further out from Liger. It changes direction quite often, to be honest, but if you find it, it's interesting.
Well, and Liger's the sun?
Yeah, the celestial body that provides heat for the entire wild space. You didn't think life just worked because it did you?
Well, then,
My friend, I haven't understood a word you've said all day.
in a
I
world
really
of magic.
thought they taught astrology down there, but perhaps not.
Oh no, they teach astrology, but it's all hoodoo. You mean astronomy?
Yeah.
I always get those two mixed up. Although astrology is quite powerful.
It's the age-old fight of gods and scientists, I'm afraid.
And when you're drinking in the god's hand, who knows who can win?
I mean,
Yeah, it's hard to deny.
the gods are, part of ingrained into our culture. I don't think anybody denies that the gods exist, but I guess.
Are they, what is a god? Just a great being? We are on the hand of a great being.
Well, this is
God's
kind of
hand.
the dilemma, the mental dilemma I now face, because up until now, the gods to me have been like these otherworldly beings that, seem special, but are they not
of course
just?
they're special. They're still gods, but they have things to do, people to see. They can't just sit around all day and go to your every whim.
Well, that's just it.
I've heard
This is-
explorers from the astral sea say they've even spoken with some of them when they've gone to their planes.
Well, this is it. Like it's kind of like normalizing them, like they're actual
Just think that
people.
there could be some creatures in the bottom of the sea on Picard's hand that's been lopped off, and they could be thinking that's a god's hand.
And they'd be
that's
right.
Very true.
You would be a god to small creatures
Listen,
that live on your hand.
I think perhaps you're maybe just thinking a little bit too much into it. Just relax. Everything's fine.
I've met a god.
You've met a god. Oh, really?
Do you
Which
have
one?
big hands?
I keep wanting to say the Dawn Father, but that's Critical Role. It's gone out of my head. Pello. Fuck's sake.
Hello.
I'm tired. Pello. I mean,
Oh,
I had. Sort of, as I'm saying this, I'm kind of like.
I was going to say, had we spoken about that?
Not really. I'm kind of slightly side-eyeing Scarrick, but my excitement's getting the better of me. Yeah. When we were down back on Old Earth, I had like a vision, there's a holy man
When
down
was
there.
this?
It was just at the festival. I was probably just like really drunk, but there's a holy man down there, Bruce. We got talking, and I had a bit of a vision. I mean, it was probably just the alcohol. We'd been drinking for like 5 days straight at that point.
I wouldn't downplay it, friend. I've heard of people who've had visions before.
But that's just it. It's like there's a vision. I didn't assume that these beings were actually tangible some way.
Everything's got to be somewhere, hasn't it?
What about love?
That's the bard
Sort
shining
of.
through. For me, love is here.
It's everywhere,
It is.
especially down here.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, looks like the
even that's a
URV's
law
here.
for you.
Do you
Ozzy.
get many like space boobies here?
I'm just gonna have to see to this. So I'll
So-
be back in a minute.
What did you say, Scarrick? Sorry, I was thinking about space boobs.
I think he thinks you're coming on to him, lad.
Well, he's kind of funky, ain't he? I mean,
I mean, you did just flash your cock at him and say, "Where's the love?"
true. I mean,
Was he?
yo,
I once saw a lady with 3 boobs here.
fuck off. 3?
Three.
Oh my god, so that's like 2 for my normal hands and then 1 for my mage hand. Oh, man. That could get interesting.
So as you discuss the anatomy of space women, a large ship comes in. Now this vessel, it is
Stars, you got ship envy.
Shipping. It's so you don't know what this is yet, but it's called a living ship. It looks like your normal galleon, except on the rear end, growing out of like the aft castle, is a huge treant. Its branches extending out around the vessel, its roots gripping down over the balustrade and down to where the rudder and things would be. Its bows are lined with thick foliage. And as it comes in and it docks on the god's hand, you feel a rush of freshness. You hadn't quite noticed, but the air, since you left the ship and come onto here, it was almost a bit dry to the mouth, a bit stale. For some of you may just, having stayed in poor accommodation, thought it was damp or dust, but the Styles would know the air of anything here is used up over time and it needs to be refreshed. Now normally it would be refreshed with a larger air envelope coming into contact and the pressure would sort of acclimatize the two. But these AERVs, the ships are fitted with large pumps, and you can see this on the front where these huge metal ducts come out. And the pumps basically circulate the fresh air that this treant is always creating. And for a small fee, they come around and top up air envelopes across wild space. You see Tanner talking with a small mechanical man. Looks to be about the size of a small dwarf or a gnome. He is made fully of metal. And you see him coming up to the front where a large control panel is and pulling knobs and turning levers and spinning cranks to force these valves to open and the air to begin to pump in.
Who's made
You
of
see
metal?
Tanner. He's fully made of metal. And as the ship docks and Tanner's talking with this person, 3 people come off. We'll call them people at this point. You see they come down onto the gangways and begin to make their way into the bar. You see another one of these metal beings, possibly about 3 feet high, his head large, a thin sort of metal neck, a large tin body.
The fuck?
He moves robotically towards the entrance in conversation with a human. A human with a wide, large stomach, covered in robes and coats and overalls of rich purples and reds, and on his back is a large backpack. And behind both of them, lumbering off this vessel, and as you see he steps off, the vessel lists the opposite direction, is a huge, possibly around 7-8 feet tall, humanoid hippo. His huge hippopotamus head is covered in scars and tattoos which represent star systems. He is wearing almost a military uniform, like lapels across the shoulders, rich blues and golds. In one hand is a bottle which he swills out of the liquor, spilling over his large tusks which hang down over his jaw. And he follows the two into the bar, and you see as the the AERV begins to pump fresh air in.
Holy
They're
shit.
called gifts. Humanoid creatures with a hippo head. They're not too bad. Handy people to know in a fight.
A GIF?
Gif.
Don't you mean GIF?
Some people pronounce them GIF. It is true.
GIF, same difference.
Yeah, I'll wander over to the bar and be like,
Has anyone seen anything like that before? Has anyone seen a robot before? Or even heard of them?
Yes, I have.
What? I'm asking the DM.
I'd say obviously
I
Styles has met these
bothered by
people.
the hippo guy because there's fucking weird things on our land anyway.
See, we've got a turtle man
Oh, yeah,
in our regular employee, so an animal man is not
But
like
the robots, I figure, are new, yeah.
Yeah, I mean the closest you'd probably say you'd get to would be like a Automa, which you'd know. Possibly you wouldn't have ever owned one or had one in your clans or thingies, but you may have seen one like in the city, like a robot performing a simple task, like maybe like an automated violin player or something like that. But
So
they
it's more
never.
like mechanical.
Yeah, it's a mechanical
stuff,
machine.
yeah.
Like,
You've since.
like the wizard in the like Zelda.
Yeah,
Yeah,
similar
it's
to that,
okay.
yeah. But you've never seen anything which seems to have consciousness. It's always been either made to look humanoid, but obviously not, or just a mechanical sort of machine.
Styles, are they made out of... Are those people made out of metal? Or is that just a
I'm
metal
gonna like
suit?
tap on the back of this guy's knee, the big hippo guy. I'm like, hey, big man, how'd you making that robot thing? Your metal man move and stuff. Where can I
This,
get one of those?
This huge GIF stands up and turns around, and at first this deep gruff voice comes out in a language you don't understand.
You're not even gonna give us a sample of that, Paul.
I haven't actually looked up GIF.
I think you need to finish what you're eating, pal. I can't hear you.
I see. You speak common. I know some.
Oh, aye.
What
Nice to
did you
meet you.
say
It's
to
Garrick
me?
Bladeful.
Garrick Bladeful. You fell many blades.
Aye. And make them too.
And what do you want from me? Dugon Kless.
Is this toy thing over here, is that yours? The metal thing.
He is not with me, no. But he is no toy.
So you're not making a move or anything, like is no magic?
Are you sick? Are
At
you
this point,
okay?
I come over to him and like put my hand on him, like, sorry, this is my friend's first time into wild space.
I see.
Scarrick, I think you're being mighty rude. I think that metal man over there is actually a living being.
No,
Yeah.
you don't. I can see like holes through him. It's not like armor. That's like a thing. Don't worry, it's not a person.
It's like a sentient machine. Think of it as a person. It's a
While this conversation is happening,
Don't be silly.
Packard is by the robot and he's trying to find where to put a coin in.
Yeah.
As you sort of like.
He's like
That's right, Picard.
tracing it around.
He's
like,
figured that out.
As
I
you
can't for the life of me figure this out.
like run your hands over his back.
Oh, you tried
His head
banging it
sort
on the
of
head.
Rotates 360 degrees to face you.
Oh, I didn't put it in yet.
Good day, sir.
You did it.
Oh,
I am D865. My friends call me Shiny.
oh,
How
this
can I
one's-
help you?
This one's free,
That-
Garrick.
His body turns around. And
I
he
would
begins to
like
fade.
my
When you
fortune,
do-
please.
Careful, Packard, you don't want to get another curse on you.
A fortune? Unfortunately, I cannot give you a fortune. I can wish you a good day.
Suppose you get what you pay for.
So that's not that great. What metal is this? And just kind of like pick up his arm and just kind of like scratch at it and lift it up a little bit.
Please unhand me, sir. Unhand me. And at that, he sort of rotates his arm, which sort of brazens your hand. You see, his skin is like a stainless steel. His eyes are amethyst, and there is golden circuitry in the form of tattoos, shaping twin dragons across his back and up over his shoulders. Please, unhand me.
Sorry, I'm just fascinated by who made you?
Alone.
Who made me? I don't know.
What do you do?
You don't know.
What I do?
What do you do? I've got a gold here.
What is your purpose?
Please, you're confusing my circuits.
Sorry, I apologise, my friends. I've never seen an autonome.
His eyes turn off
Come
for
on.
a second, and then he turns back on.
Autonome, is that what they're called?
Good day to you.
Don't offend him. Don't offend
I
him.
am D865. My friends call me Shiny.
This is
D865 it
That's
is.
what he does. He just repeats that over and over. I get it.
Yeah.
The man who was
Nice gimmick. And then
with him.
kind of wonder away about the bus.
Before you leave, the man who's with him. I don't believe that's how you speak to them. I've been conversing with him on my travels here, and he is quite an intellectual chap, if you ask the right questions.
He doesn't sound. It sounds like a simpleton to me.
No. You see, he doesn't remember much at the moment. He awoke on a scrap heap. And,
oh no.
I'm hoping, and D865, if you don't mind me saying, perhaps he could be my assistant.
This is some
I am,
powerful magic.
I'm Horeka, by the way. Pleasure to meet you.
Horeka.
Yes.
Packard extends a hand to Shiny and puts it on him, and he feels a kindred spirit as he also woke up with no memory. He says,
Oh, I see. Are you a autonome as well? Did you have your memory wiped?
Maybe I did, Shiny.
Holy
maybe
shit.
I did.
Packard, maybe you're an autonome as well.
Quick, cut me.
I won't
He,
recommend
you
it.
see one of his fingers flick into like a small knife, and he slices it across your skin.
Ah! Ah!
You
This crazy son of a bitch!
You asked for that pay card?
At that, you see the gift, Dugon Crest, like stand up from his drink, and he sort of stares over, seeing if a fight's about to break out. One of the plasmoid comes across and like sort of absorbing. Well, actually, do you bleed? I don't think you do, Picard, do you? No, blood.
Yeah, I guess I don't.
I don't think you do.
Well, that's established nothing.
So seeing it, he sort of wraps a towel around it and then ties it in a knot, and then passes drinks to you all of like the basic mead.
Can I just step towards D865?
Yeah. At this, his like knife finger sort of flicks back in.
That was an impressive trick.
As we're all surrounding him.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
How can I help you?
What's your name? D865?
Yes, but my friends call me Shiny.
Well, I hope you allow me to call you Shiny then, friend. And I hold out
Sounds
my
like
hand to shake it.
That sounds like a good deal.
As he shakes
My
my
friend-
hand, I cast Identify.
Okay. It only identifies objects, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is he an object?
Yeah, he's. I don't think he's a
Well-
race. So
Okay, that's fair. I'm just
I will just let me have a quick look.
I'm just figuring out. It's you choose one. You must just. If it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them. Blah blah blah. You learn
Okay.
whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If
Let
the
me
item
just
was
have a quick look.
created by a spell, you learn what spell created it. If you instead touch a creature, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Okay. Let me see, because they're a little bit of a grey area.
Yeah.
So he's a construct.
Okay.
So he has been created, but he does have consciousness. But there isn't such. They're not really a magic. They're just a thing.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like, is his consciousness from magic or something
Let me have a
else?
I mean, is created by someone. Let me have a look. Keep talking as I look, and I'll tell you what you get.
Did they break the game?
I am talking. We are talking.
Talking.
You get
Scarrick, don't choke.
I've got to be sick against Garrick.
Oh no, he's sick in real life.
It's still floating. Look. This is still a piece of fucking porridge goes by.
He's doing method acting. Where is it? So at this point, as you're ushered to sit down with the others, the star mead is brought round to you. Can't fucking see it. Oh, because it's over here. And some of you sit with D865, and some of you sit with Hiroka. And I will tell you what you find out. Yeah, don't really say.
I mean, you don't have to give me an answer.
Tell him no.
DM says no.
Yeah, you just work out as a construct, really. But it's hard to put your finger on what's happened,
Okay.
or how he really works. It's almost past your magical knowledge
Yeah.
to define what he is. But you get the sense that he is fully conscious and makes his own decisions. He's not being controlled or like, for example, another object may be imbued with just a magic of one creator. He doesn't seem to give off that vibe.
No. Okay.
I asked the guy who was travelling. What was his name? Not the.
Hiroka,
Yeah, that the guy. I asked him.
a human.
Yeah, Hiroka. Did he interested? Didn't it? Hiroka, what brings you? Then are you travelling? Are you going? Are you returning from a trip?
Well, I'm always curious of far-off travelers and other races, and I like to think I have a mild mastery on language. This, my shiny companion here, is teaching me some of the clicks and beeps of the auto-gnome race, and you see the large gentleman over there. His deep tones are something I yearn to learn. I also enjoy trade and meeting new people. But you all speak common. Am I correct?
And other things.
I say.
I presume Dwarvish.
I speak to.
Morris, giant, infernal.
Giant. Now you're an interesting man.
I say to him, do you speak Abyssal in Abyssal?
He looks at you like, now that's an interesting one as well. I've only learnt one word, and he says something back to you which you translate to be a common swear word.
Everyone knows that one.
Yep. That they do, and it's often said when one is running away. It makes it harder to learn the rest of the language. Wow, new people. This is why I travel on the ARV. Always takes you to a strange place.
Where do you come from, originally? Where's home for you?
Oh, home is wherever I take my pack. And he pats to his bag behind him.
I know that
What
feeling.
sort of things do you trade?
Willing to buy? I presume you have credits.
I was wondering if you do barter, because I don't quite have any credits yet.
Well, Styles does.
Depends what you have and what you're looking for.
We have limited
just
credits.
new people to the Astral Sea, are you? What's your limit? What's your price range? Perhaps. And he sort of brings his bag round, and opening it up, you see him reach into it as you reach into your bag of holding. And he's pulling out items which are a lot bigger. And he sort of looks towards you, Picard. Good sir, just stand in front of our metal friend for a second, will you? And Shiny sort of turns his head, like trying to look around, but distracted by the plasmoid, you step in front of him, and Hiroka pulls out a metal hand. I haven't tried to sell this one to him because it could be from one of his relatives. We don't quite know. This is a autonome hand. It's quite an artifact. Please look.
I don't suppose you got the rest of the arm. You could sew that onto yourself, by God.
No, just a hand. But you could say it's a rather shocking item at times.
I wasted my identifier.
Does anyone take it?
How much?
Well, this one, sort of taking it back out your hand, well, around 6,000 credits. Now,
Remember what the exchange rate is for...
We'll take it.
Okay.
1 for 1 to make it easy.
I'm afraid I'm not in the market.
1 gold piece.
1 silver.
A silver piece.
A credit is a silver piece. Did you say?
Yeah.
So that's 6,000 silver. So that's what, 600 gold?
Well, it is quite rare. Perhaps
Well,
something
how about...
a bit lower for you.
Go on.
Reaching into his bag, you see him pull out the stock of what at first you think is a crossbow, a similar butt to a crossbow. But as he pulls it out, instead of seeing the normal bent arms of the bow and the string drawn tight, you see a long barrel extending out in the end.
I'll buy it.
This, and he pulls it out and holds it. Careful not to aim it at anyone.
It's an AK-47.
This is, well, a musket. Have you heard of these before?
A muskrat?
A
Yes,
musket.
I've heard of muskrats. They're normally
No, you
furrier.
That guy
Which-
looks like a cannon, but like a small version.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's just
That's
right.
a
Look,
marvel of engineering.
follow me. I'm sure Tana won't
do we
mind.
have rifles and muskets in Greyhawk?
Cannons are the only real thing that have
Yeah,
ever
I've
been.
encountered them.
Yeah, like I'd say the smallest you get on some vessels, you'll have like a swivel cannon, but to get the technology small enough to hold in like a rifle or pistol has never really been achieved down there yet, because it's not widespread as such. It's mainly a naval weapon rather than land-based. But taking you outside, you see him pouring a small bit of powder down the barrel and taking a small pouch from his side, putting in a ball bearing. You have anything to throw?
No problem. And I'll just chuck out a third off.
You watch him take aim and follow it down. Roll to see what it appears.
Yeah. What is
This
it?
man will be
D6.
shocked.
You have like unlimited
Sorry, I can't
amounts of
remember what it
these.
is.
I think he has 3 a day.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Full sec, I wasn't set up. G8.
I think I've got it.
An owl.
An owl.
Let's see
Nice.
how owls doing. Low gravity.
You see him track the ball, and he's watching it, and just as he's about to pull the trigger, it just erupts in this burst of feathers, and this owl spreads its wings and begins beating, instantly losing altitude in the sky as the air's a lot thinner up here. He pulls, but the musket going a bit wild. You hear this almighty crack as a billow of smoke erupts from the barrel, and you see the ball bearing fly through the air, heading directly straight.
Jesus.
It flies past the owl and just continues going. Oh, hey, God, I didn't know you were going to throw an animal. You're a wild man. Apologies on the aim, but you did see how it works. If you're quite good with, he sort of looks through you, you Styles, Mr. Styles, if you're quite good with a bow, you'd be quite good with one of these. And this...
May I have a go?
Well, okay. And he sort of peers out and sees that the owl's still flying. I'll load it for you, just in case. Sort of sets it up, passes it gingerly across. Just give a d20 a roll and see what you get.
Well,
yeah, that'll hit. I think owl AC is only like 10. So, yeah. How do you want to shoot the owl? How do you want to do this?
After being around cannons and that, and knowing how, if small cannons are made properly, how the metal can be fatigued and weak, that's why this type of thing doesn't exist. I would say.
Yeah.
After picking it up, feel a bit worried now that I've picked myself up. So I cock it, and as I aim, it's more luck, and it's like close your eyes and pull the trigger type of thing, like nervously expect it to explode.
Yeah. You see the puff of smoke and the ball fly, and then a screech as the owl, being hit directly in the chest, begins to fall from the sky, tumbling until it hits the gravity line, and then bouncing back and just beginning to float up and down.
I got it, look! Oh, that's amazing.
And very, very good shot. This, for you gentlemen, is only 500 credits.
500 credits?
Okay. I've got 2 more earth animals for you. Now, I bet you don't have any rare animals from Earth.
I don't, except I'm afraid currently I'm slightly limited on space. I trade in more the inanimate
that's the great
goods.
thing about this. If you just take these balls and don't drop them, they're not animals yet.
Right. And how exactly do they work?
You just throw them and they'll turn into an animal, and you've got a companion for life.
Very well. Why not? And is it always an owl?
No, it could be a giant goat. It could be a mastiff.
I see.
Lots.
Oh. Well,
It's luck of the draw. It's a surprise.
I have something for a mastiff, actually. And he, rummaging, putting the bag back down and sort of laying the musket next to it. Have you ever seen one of these? And he brings out a small black onyx dog figurine. I'm afraid this is in the slightly more, well, maybe a bit out of your price range at the moment, judging by your thing so far. This is 5,000 credits, but this tiny
pretty anyway.
statue similar to your boars can become a live animal.
What, this could turn into a dog?
Yes, exactly. I'm glad to see you're on the nose with this one.
Wow. That's impressive.
It's not just a dog either.
No.
It's a dog that can speak
What? I want it.
the common tongue.
I want it.
And I have tried to teach him at times other languages, but it seems every time he goes back to his statue form, he never really absorbs the information.
Oh, so it doesn't have a memory?
So you won't become your best friend.
I want it. I still want it.
It's hard to say. He seems to like me every time, but I don't want to do him too much, you see.
Styles, can I have it?
I think that's just because you're a likable man.
Styles, can I have the dog?
Perhaps.
Please.
Yeah.
How much is the dog? How much is the dog?
It's 5,000 credits.
I'll take it.
Are we getting the rifle for the 2 fairy balls?
And you... Well, yes, I think that's a fair trade.
Great. Hey,
And he sort of takes them
you
and
seem
hands you
to
the...
have your eyes on it. Would you like the rifle?
Oh, that's very kind of you.
It's just an additional 20 credits for the ammo, unfortunately.
Yes.
If you have
I
that.
will. I will give you 20 credits for ammo.
What are you passing him?
Silver.
I'm gonna. So how much is that in gold?
Well, it doesn't matter because you don't actually have credits.
I say, Mr. Styles, give the man his credits.
Pay the man.
Would you accept silver or gold, or does it have to be credit?
I'm afraid I only trade in credits. Being bound to the wild sea is, that's the money we use.
Do you have like a currency exchange around here?
Well, actually, we kind of do. I'm going to be here till, well, at least probably tomorrow morning. I'd imagine the AERV will be going then. There is an exchange. Do you have a map?
Yes, it's outdated, but we do have a map. I
see.
get my map out and lay it on the table.
Well, if you head via here, and just past here, I believe it was last time I heard, Chalkwell's Travelling Exchange is there. And they should be able to sort all your monetary needs.
I see.
Can I just...
You do have a ship, don't you?
Of course we
Yes,
do.
yes,
We look
we have
like
a ship.
rubes.
Aye, and it flies.
Well, perhaps I could just come with you?
Yes, you can join.
Well, maybe not come with us, maybe.
Well, that way we'd be able to do the trade as soon as you had the
Oh,
money.
you want to do the trade day? Oh, aye, yes,
Yeah,
aye.
yeah.
And then we part ways, never see each other again, aye. Great.
Well, drop me off on the nearest settlement or rock.
Didn't he not? Oh no, he came on the air thing, didn't he? So
Yeah.
who is flying the airship?
So that's another auto-gnome which is currently manning the helm to pump the air in.
Yeah, by all means, come with us. I think there's room, is there? Styles?
Yes, yeah. By all means, you can travel with us. That's one of the things with wild space. You have to be quite friendly and offer the ad when you can.
And the dog statue. There's no sort of leeway on the 500 if we're purchasing all these things together. Bit of discount.
It was 5,000. I'd say if you were giving me your hospitality, I would definitely be able to knock 1,000 credits off. 4,000.
Sounds like
That's a good price.
Sounds like a good deal. I didn't even have to roll for it.
Well, why would you roll anything in space when you're offering me kind?
My charisma's that
Just
good.
blow.
I didn't even have to roll. Just so
Picard,
charming.
here's some credits to get your ammunition. So I give Picard 20 credit.
Holding out on me, were you?
Oh, thank you.
You didn't give me
Sure.
a chance to answer. You're getting a bit giddy.
I'm
And-
kidding.
Perhaps on the journey, you could, and he points to you, Ozzy, teach me some of that infernal language that you have.
Oh, that was Abyssal, but sure.
Sorry.
I can do Infernal too, if you like.
I get muddled up. So many languages out there,
Can you understand me? Can you understand me?
not. No.
I understand you very well.
Sounds like you've closed off your mouth completely, almost. Anyway. Well, are you here for a while? When do you want to? And then this sort of Tanner comes up. He's spoken to the guy at the ARV. What's going on here then? He sort of peers out into space and sees the dead bird bouncing up and down. You guys have a habit of making a mess, don't you? I'll have to get the long stick, I think, for this one.
Yes, I do apologise, Tanner.
Yeah, it's fine. He gives me something to do. Oh, Haruka, you're making friends?
Sorry, I was just gonna interject. The owl, is it on the actual hand?
No, so currently it's floating in space, but what you found with the vomit and the owl is most things in space have two gravity planes. There is a plane it's like a horizontal line across, and it'll be at a certain point on a thing, like the damselfly and like this rock. Everything above the line will go down, and everything below the line will go up. So things that fall in general space, when they're encompassed in this line, tend to just bounce up and down in the middle.
Are we outside right now?
Yes.
I grab Scarrick and I try to throw him up in the air.
Wow.
Okay, make a strength
You
check.
tiny left me, little man.
Yeah, just when I say on 3, just jump.
Are you trying to throw him off or just lift him?
Throw
You're trying
him
to get
off.
rid of me.
Throw him out of the gravity well.
Okay. So the way it works, there is gravity pushing you onto the rock. You'd have to throw him off the edge so he's lower than this sort of ground level, if you see what I mean.
I thought like once you got to a certain height, you kind of like the gravity stopped working.
Oh, that would happen as well, yeah. But that's quite high.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. You saw the owl was flying fine as it was like thrown into the air, and that was sort of arcing. But as it came down, as it fell, it reached ground level and then began to bounce up and down.
Beyond the hand.
Yeah,
Just
so it
remind me
bounced
that-
lower than the hand and back up to
Right,
ground
I see,
level,
I
lower
see.
than the hand back up.
I see.
The air bubble's not a shield, is it? So you can just pass through it and then.
Yeah, the air bubble is just like a atmosphere that keeps the air in.
I grab Scarrick and I try to throw him off the edge. Off the side.
I would definitely be fighting this because of my fear of losing the earth already. I wouldn't want to be out there.
Good
So.
strength check.
I would say I grab Ozzy as well because I've kind of seen what's coming.
You can
Strength.
give Scarrick advantage.
12.
A natural 2023.
You want to counter
With the
Scarrick?
advantage.
Do the
yeah, so
wrestling
as he
move where
does
they
that,
run into him and just
I kind of like duck and roll and just like pitch him over, but grab his ankle and just kind of hold it over the edge and be like, "Nice try, big man."
Oh, God, you're so nimble.
So you begin to fall forward, and as you fall, you feel like you're going to fall over the edge. But you sort of pivot and then hit the edge and bounce up, and you're sort of laying almost like you would on the ground, but out into space. And your vision now is just the void below.
Right, so at this point, when I
vertigo.
see Ozzy starting to float away,
He's still grabbed by Scarrick at the moment, but
okay.
Scarrick lets him go. He would float.
As
wouldn't be like-
Ozzy starts floating away, I hold my hand out and cast Mage
Not
Hand
letting
to
go.
push him back in.
I wouldn't be letting him go. I was dangling him out and holding him there because of the fear
Well,
of
Styles
knowing
has,
that that's death out there.
Styles has cast Mage Hand and grabbed Ozzy's back and pulled him back upright.
Packard, stop it. I'm all right. I'm fine. Packard, get off. You doing your magic tricks. I'm all right. I've got my balance.
Yes.
Was that hand not yours, Ozzy? I thought it was yours normally.
No, Packard, right? He can do that sort of thing too, right?
My hands are usually chillier and bonier.
I look at what's the name of the guy with us? Hiroka. Hiro, did you do that? You can do
no.
magic too.
No. Unless you mean the magic of sails.
No, I don't mean that. Is there some kind of like security system, that like safety system? If you fall off, you get picked back up.
Tanner
Is
sort
that
of
what
walks
it
up.
is?
Tanner walks up and he says, "That was your mate doing it, Styles.
Fucking
I
grass.
saw his mouth." Well,
No
he
one likes
picked
the
you back
fucking
up.
grass, Tanner. Wait,
He
what?
picked you back up. He was helping you out, wasn't he? You guys are friends,
Why
aren't
did
you?
you do that, Styles?
I don't know. I just reached out and it happened.
Wait, what?
I've started to feel a bit weird, and things have been happening over the past few days, especially with the excitement of coming back into wild space.
Wait.
It could be just.
Well, you can do magic.
Like you like men now or something?
Well, I don't know if I can do magic. It's just I saw you. You have to be very careful because you can fall off and drift into space. It was just instinct. I just put my hand out to grab you, and I did.
Wait,
Did this happen last time you came to Wild Space?
Well,
I mean, it was boisterous last time, but I don't remember this.
Does it happen to everyone?
I did pick up things over time, but it took
hang on a minute.
many years.
People
nothing
don't
like
just
this.
people don't just wake up and overnight and just can do magic spells and stuff. Like what?
Maybe it's a space thing. Like, I don't know. Jump over again, Ozzy. Let me try.
I run to the edge and jump.
And I try and I grab it with my mage hand.
You.
Holy
now.
crap!
Anytime now, Scout.
What?
Anytime now.
Ozzy, as you jump, you feel no force pulling you back this time. You land sort
No,
of.
it does.
Oh, you do have one.
My mage hand grabs him.
Do you have mage hand?
Everyone has
I've
mage
got
hands.
mage hand.
Does everyone fucking have mage hand?
Wow.
And it's like,
Everyone, join hands. Let's all
Mage hand
grow
high
up.
five.
you feel a pullback.
High five in space.
Pull me by my leg, not my penis.
Yeah, so I high five on Styles' hand and let go of Ozzy for a second.
Nope.
And that as you drop and bounce in between. You two, guiding your mage hands, pick him up by just like under his arms, like you would scoop him, and you pick him back up and land him softly back on the earth, stood up.
Oh, so you can do mage hand now as well, or you always been able to do that? You've never been able to do that, have you?
Tanner
I
slaps you on the back, Ozzy. Now you're back on the ground. You know the
out of game, Paul. I kind of wasn't sure whether you wanted to do anything with that. Whether that is how those things happen, how you explain new spells like that. I wasn't sure if you wanted to do it, but I thought it was too funny to miss.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I like it. Tanner slaps you on the back, Ozzy, and he's like, "You know the magic weave's different up here. Cause weird things to happen." And his eyes sort of rolls around again.
It could be like the magic in the ship. It's not been used in so long. It's built up and must have charged us somehow.
Like radiant energy or something.
Oh,
I did see all those lights when we were flying.
Ooh.
Can you
I wonder what else we can do.
Can you do mage hand, Packard?
I don't think I can. And
Damn it!
I tell you what, let's give it a go.
That would have been
Hang on.
amazing. 4 mage hands.
Alright, you ready?
Yep.
You ready?
Try and cut you, Ozzy.
Yep.
I run to the edge again.
No, I'm not ready.
And I cast chill
Every
touch.
time, just grab his balls.
Jeez, is it a save?
A ghostly skeletal hand. Chill the ground hit. Target takes 1d8 necrotic damage. And the hand clings to the target, so it will grab him. But it will be so cold.
Yeah, you feel
And
his
it
hand
hurts.
grip you, and the cold ebbs across your body, causing how much damage?
1d8.
Well, give it a roll then.
Oh, it's 2d8 because of my level. It's 14 damage.
Fuck.
I did it!
You guys watch as
Yay!
he falls, this frost burning across his chest, this ghostly spectral hand gripping onto him. He falls into the plane, just bouncing up and down slowly, floating out to space. Tanner's like,
pulling him by his balls backwards.
I don't think that one's worked.
I think it's worked perfectly. I stopped him going into space.
That really
I'm not
hurt.
sure if you did.
I'm still floating away.
Pull
you
hard,
son of a
don't
bitch.
worry.
He's fine.
Heroica at this point is like, perhaps you should buy the gnome's hand as well. Seems you're into hands.
Oh, handy stuff.
Don't bring up hands.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
We'll take all of it,
Take the lot.
but we'll pay for it another day.
Is Ozzy back?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He's
pulled him
been
back.
dragged back.
I put my hand on him and said, let's try something. I heal you, but nothing happens. I'm like,
In the
force
name
myself,
of
heal!
Christ.
As it does that,
Heal!
I heal the 14 points with my healing hand.
Thank you. I don't think that
You
works.
feel no sensation, Styles, but you do see Ozzy heal. So
Ah, it's working! It's working!
I think
Styles.
unfortunately that was Scarrick. Jesus, Pycar, why did you do that?
I made a hand. Everyone made hands.
That wasn't.
I made a hand.
That wasn't what we
I have a
meant.
hand.
Yep, he's got a hand. He's trying to sell us real hard, even though we've already said we'll buy it.
The Horoka makes a good point though, Scarrick. You like collecting hands, so metal one for the collection.
Not a bad idea.
Oh, a hand collector. I see. Well, this is rare.
No, if anyone's the collector, Picard's the collector.
Of hands.
I open the bag. I look in the bag. You got any heads in here? Bipard, he might have some heads.
Oh, I'd love a head right now. I haven't had a head in ages.
You got any space blood?
And
1 second,
and
kind
those
sir.
heads
Please
as well.
don't pop your hand into there. There's things that might not. It's a delicate touch. Let me have a look. He like rumbles around, pulling items out. He pulls out a large, sort of ball made of metal, which has this pulsating light in the center. Pops that to his side. He pulls out this large, sort of wrapped cloth. Almost looks like almost like a brick. And he pops that to his side. He pulls out bundles of traveling clothes. And after about 2-3 minutes, there's just all this stuff around his bag. Some stuff you recognize, some stuff you don't. No.
I'm gonna try and steal something
Okay.
Ooh, I was hoping someone would.
with my mage hand. I'm gonna try and pocket something.
Okay.
You can decide what, but
Well, what are you going to go for?
I don't know, something like in amongst it all, something that's hand size that
So,
I can sort of whip away.
The pulsing metal ball is hand sized.
Yeah.
The item in the cloth is sort of slightly bigger than a hand, maybe 2 hands width. The clothes are obviously bundled up. He's probably pulled out a couple of like bejeweled cups. Depends. What do you want
I'll
to?
go for
What are you
the
thinking?
ball, the glowy ball then.
Okay. Let's have a look. Okay. So do you make a stealth check?
Sleight of hand, I guess.
Sleight of hand, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just checking before I do it if I have any way of making it better. No. Okay.
Where are you putting it?
He's not putting it anywhere by the sound of that.
Well, I got a 12.
Okay.
I would just go to put it in my pocket, I suppose, or into my little backpack.
Yeah.
Satchel, whatever.
He begins to put the items away, and as he does, you feel he's distracted enough to try. You move your mage hand towards it and grasp the item. As it begins to float off the ground, his eyes dart towards it, and he immediately grabs it from underneath, cupping it with both hands and taking it off your hand. Oh, dearie me. We wouldn't want to drop this one, gentlemen.
Oh yeah, I'm just
And he-
helping you collect it up.
This is a force grenade. We should be careful with it. And he like gently puts it back in the bag, and then begins to collect up the rest of the items.
Damn it.
Hey, Ozzy,
Yes.
what about space drugs?
Do you have any space drugs?
He like looks up from you. Space drugs, you say? Oh,
Shh.
space drugs, you say?
Space drugs.
No. I'm a trader rather than a drug dealer.
Do you know where we can get
But
some
I'm-
space drugs?
I mean, the pit stop's quite renowned for stuff like that.
Okay.
Next stop, pit stop.
Well,
we're
no,
going to the travelling
next stop's
exchange
the
now.
exchange, Chalkwells. Remember?
Okay.
And then perhaps we
Aye,
could go
aye.
to pit stop. That's if you don't have business here and he
Do
sort
you
of
have
points to
blood?
Tanner. No, I couldn't. I was looking for head and blood in my bag and I couldn't find any.
No, I mean like you. Do you have blood?
Wow.
Oh, yes, I'm human.
Scarrick, you can't just
Oh, right, okay.
go around and ask
I
people
can
if they
s-
have blood.
I can see the confusion, though. Many of these beings up here you've probably never seen.
Well, do you come from
Yes, that's it.
Earth
He's
then?
confused.
Aye.
Pardon?
Do you come from Earth then?
Oh, no.
Well,
No.
So
where do you come
they
from?
make you things out here too.
I feel you are perhaps slightly sheltered from the grandeur of space. You know, you're not the only ones in the universe. And Tanner sort of looks across. I said that to them. I said they're not the only ones in the universe.
Well, no, we're not the only planet.
We know,
but obviously everyone came
We just
from
met you.
Earth and must have like
No.
spread out and stuff.
No,
Aye, like spread
that's
their
not right.
wings and flew
That's
away.
not right.
Well, what happened then? Where do you come from? Where do you call? Where's home? I know you don't have an actual home right now, but where were you born?
Hiroka pulls out an item from his bag. Have you ever seen anything like this? And it's this
I'll
rare.
take it.
It's
How
not for
much?
sale. It's a gem set into a piece of rock. The color is a deep silver, but almost like a metallic quality to it. Semi-translucent wisps of cloudy smoke inside still, but it's like no gem you've ever seen before. This is from my homeland. People refer to it as Dragonlance, but my home is called Krim, I believe.
When?
Krim?
Krim.
Quim?
When?
It doesn't matter.
Quim.
What I'm trying to say is,
Krim
and
Fandango.
I don't
When?
want to blow your minds,
Oh, my mom was
but
blown the minute we got here.
this wild space bubble isn't the only one.
Oh, fuck off. Nope, not having it. I'm out.
Anyway, that's what most people say. Don't worry. Let's go to the exchange, hey?
Yes.
I guess.
How
Like,
much
we're done with
ammo?
this bar.
How much ammo are you providing, Mister?
Oh, there'll be there was 20, so 18?
100?
18.
100?
There's 18 there's
18.
18 rounds in there.
18's a real like. Can we round that up to 20? That's a real. That's just.
Well,
not
we shot 2.
Yeah, well, you didn't mention that was
What?
going to come out of the.
Do you mind
Well,
if I
okay,
look
so-
at one of these rounds?
But he's got the bag there. He's bought them.
Alright.
I show him
Are
the
they just
bag.
lead shot?
It's a metal ball bearing, yeah, a musket ball.
I feel like you could make these, couldn't
No
you?
worries,
Sarah?
Pike. I'll make you some.
Okay, good.
I
'Cause
don't,
I feel like I've been done for these
I don't think it's
fucking metal beads.
skilled enough to make that. That looks like a job for Davin
What?
or Gavin.
Whoa!
Are they, Mr. DM, are
Your pants,
these
I'll do
shot
with my mage
smaller than the ball bearings that I've got a bag of ball
Oh wait,
bearings?
he always likes that anyway.
Well, that's a good point, actually.
What is the
What was that,
diameter?
sorry, Styles?
Styles
A
has a bag of ball bearings, and he
I'm
wonders.
sure one of you
Right,
know the
right.
diameter of a musket ball. I'd imagine
Well,
the
that's
musket
a-
balls are slightly larger,
Not
but
BB, they're like double the
B-
size of a BB.
the ball bearings would be the
They're
right
like the
round
size
for
of
like a pistol.
A D20, aren't they?
Yeah, they're quite
No,
big.
no, they're like
Um,
a centimetre. Sort of 12 mil, I think.
I think you could get like big ones up to like over half an inch, couldn't you? Like 50 cal and that.
No,
Thing
fucking
is-
an inch. That's a
Not-
big
not-
fucking
not to
round.
get
That's
technical
like a
with it.
bear killing round,
Yeah.
I think if I poured ball bearings into
Oh,
the
you could
musket
make a
and
shotgun,
fired them.
yeah.
We could
That
make
would have
some
an
type of gun
effect.
that fired
It'd
shot.
limit the range.
Yeah, that'd be fucking cool.
It'd
It would
increase
be
the shot
Just
range damage,
invented
I would say.
shotguns.
So far we've done
But-
gaslighting, shotguns. What's
Kebabs.
next?
I would argue, where would you get
Kebabs.
is the replacement gunpowder available in Wild Space? Is that the limiting factor, maybe?
Well, gunpowder fires out of cannons. Just get a little bit of that from. We've got that back at home on the ship.
No cannons here.
Yeah, but we're not on the ship.
No, but
not-
I'm
we're not-
assuming
we're-
we're not going to need to get into a shooting match while we're in wild space, right? It's safe.
Do they
here?
have saltpeter
don't know.
and sulfur and the like in these planets, these
We
asteroids?
make saltpeter.
Peter
But
who?
they don't have
Just dehydrate
don't
your
have-
piss.
cannons here because the
Well, actually, they kind of do.
Perfect.
You see, this
All right.
musket
Yeah,
is
so we don't
from...
need your ammo then. Great.
Oh,
No, it's fine. We'll keep these.
No, don't worry.
ones.
We'll take.
okay. Well, I was going to explain where it comes from.
Yes, where does
See-
it come from?
This musket is a gift musket.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
like the guy over there, the hippo-looking guy, rhino guy.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Scarrett, he looks like a military man, actually. Do you recognize his uniform?
He's from space.
Well, yeah, but he's in space.
No, I don't.
Well, okay.
Well, I mean, we'll see some more at the exchange. Well, not face to face, but they do guard the exchange.
What, the hippos?
The GIF, yes.
Oh.
Or GIF, depending which part of wild space you're from.
Bit on the
I
accent.
think it's pronounced Jiff.
It's definitely not
Well-
pronounced gift.
Oh my god.
As a man of many languages, it varies. It's very, very, very tone.
What does it stand
It's a
for?
regional dialect.
Graphical rhino
I don't-
interface.
I don't think it stands for anything as such, apart from to define the race.
Oh,
It looks like a hip hop anonymous.
Pop, 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 pop.
Hypotenuse.
hippopotamus.
I'm afraid I'm not familiar with the
And
term.
the ram,
It's
nothers.
a musical genre.
Oh, I enjoy music. Well, are we? Did you want to go to exchange now, or
Yes.
stay here a bit?
Aye,
or,
why not?
Let's go to the exchange. Question for the DM.
Yes.
What is the item? The musket. I've searched for musket and there's like a few variants.
It is. What variants have you got?
But I can't wait to get this in
Oh.
his satchel, can he?
I've got musket +1, musket +2, vicious
I've
musket.
got a common. It's just a common one. +4 to hit, 40 to 120 feet, 1d12 +2 piercing damage.
D12 plus
If you don't have it on your
Musket is
sheet, I
in-
can make it.
There is a musket. If you
Yeah.
type in musket, just a
I've
regular
typed
musket.
in musket. I can't.
It's white.
Oh, yeah, I see it now. I see it.
Is
I
it the
see
+3 in musket? No.
Yeah, is it the
No,
best
it's not.
kind of musket?
I like how they have an Exandrian musket.
Yeah.
That'll be Matt's.
And you get pistols as
Version.
well.
Yeah. Well, it depends how much you've travelled wild space.
Wow. Making some rootin' tootin' shooting
Rap.
sons of bitches.
Did you buy?
Musket.
Did you get that for 50 gold then?
I
got
can't remember.
You got it for 2 animal balls.
That was
Yeah,
it. Yes.
I think-
Gary
yeah, I was
bought
gonna
it
say
with
we
his
got it for-
balls.
We got it for
are
a
they
ton.
are they going to disappear at some point, Scarrick?
Basically, he's gonna, as long as I don't use 3 balls after that,
He'll have them.
he'll use them, and then they'll last a day
You scammer.
or until they die.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we have to ditch him before that day.
Wow. All right.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I would pay him, but let's go to
we
the
just kill him.
exchange.
I'd steal his stuff.
Take all the rest.
Okay. So,
Space has changed
Saying-
me. I'm a murder hobo now.
saying farewell
Well-
to Tanner, listening perhaps one more time to your track on the jukebox, you finish your drinks, perhaps
Yeah, I
take on
would
some
actually.
supplies. Yeah.
Take a moment.
And Haruka enjoys a bit of food before you say your goodbyes. Farewell to the other, and you board back onto the Dragonfly. Now, consulting your charts, I need you to make an intelligence check, please, Styles. As before jumping into the helm, you try and determine where you're going. With Haruka by your side, he explains the most recent destination, and which way you should get there. But if you give me an intelligence roll with any modifier.
Fuck.
8.
Does the robot come with us as well?
I mean, no, he's stayed behind at the moment.
Okay.
Haruka's ditched him for potential buyers. 8. It takes slightly longer than perhaps normal. Maybe you're a little bit rusty. I'd say the rest of you have a
Problem
bit
is
more.
these planets keep moving. And it takes a while, guys.
That's
move?
one of the things you have to take into account, that your chart is obviously dictated by the astral calendar rather than the ground calendar. The position of planets in relation to celestial bodies and things like that has to be taken into account. However, after around 2 to 3 hours, enough time for everybody else to get settled on the vessel, Haruka to find a bunk, and you notice he always keeps his bag on him. The ship is ready. You have your destination, and you board into the helm. Tell everyone else to hold on to their butts, and you fire up to Spelljammer speed. The rest of you now, slightly more familiar with the sensation, begin to become comfortable, as you did possibly the first few times you were on a ship on the ocean. The first time you find the bumps and sways of the waves nauseous, but as you become to spend more time on there, they become the norm, and it almost feels like you're not moving at all. I'm gonna need you three to make a constitution check just one more time, just to see whether it's 100% normal yet.
Do we get anything from Sky?
Constitution saving throw. +2 for
Yeah,
me.
saving throw, yeah.
20.
18.
Unnatural.
21.
You all attuned to it quite well. You managed to, with obviously setting up Haruka and things like that, not really feel the effect of the ship moving. One thing, Styles, that we didn't discuss last time, we said you can hear anything on the ship, but you can also see anything, like you'll be stood there. So anywhere you want to see, you can out of the ship. You cruise along, the ship hurtling through the stars. The estimated travel time, around 4 hours.
This
Anything you wish to
shit
do?
is
Crazy.
crazy.
I would like to know if I assume the crew at this point don't know that I can see them, so it'd be quite funny what they get up to.
They know you can hear them because I think you communicated with them last time when you went up into space, but they don't know you can see them yet.
This is...
Okay, my only question is there a lavatory on board this vessel?
Where's the poop deck?
Surely you just like press your cheeks up against a hole and it fires out.
You just shit out into space, don't you?
Fire out the musket.
Looks like it. I think the common practice in space on a vessel of this size is to use a bucket and empty it when you're not at spelljamming speed.
What the practice is you go into an
Rips out
airlock,
of you.
you
You
shit
put-
on the
I think you put
floor, and then you walk out
put
the
it in the-
airlock and you open the airlock.
You put it in the catapult and fire it off.
Yeah, the mangonel. Well, gentlemen, you're all bar Styles. Where are you, Styles? Yeah, you're in the helm. Are lounging in the captain's quarters.
This ship
Roker is taken up position.
is just it's incredible.
He kind of read all these.
It's
What are the books?
the books. There's a series of different things. Styles, obviously, if there's any that you think would be there, let me know. But a lot of it consists of lunar calendars, celestial body positions, general ship maintenance, and then any selection of novels or goods that you would have collected over the years, Styles.
There is one book which is how to conduct an interstellar relationships for beginners.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ozzy, there's a book for you.
And Scarrick, that one, that one also stands out to you for communication.
That explains Styles' inability and inadequateness to pull.
Wow. Picard, obviously not understanding gun etiquette, he's like just like admiring. He's just waving it around.
You see
polishing it,
Hiroka just looking across, like
just fucking
he's just sort of
like
eyeing up.
pulling on
You
the,
too,
on the fucking
Ozzy.
mechanism. Wow.
What are you
Mind
playing
if
with?
I have a
The
look
gun?
with you
Yeah.
and just
Gentlemen, I know you're quite new to space travel, but I assume you travelled in a ship on OF.
Correct.
Don't ask such an insulting question. Of course.
Well,
I have.
no, there's
Men of
reason,
the sea.
there's reason. You wouldn't mess about with a cannon on a ship, would you?
we
I
always
can't fit a
used to
cannon in
mess
my
around.
hands.
First time we
That's
got
true.
a cannon, we shot it at one of those balls.
Yeah. It was very sad. It was a very sad day.
Well, if you puncture a hole in this ship while we're going at spelljammer speed, then there isn't going to be much of us left that isn't in the large spaghetti form.
It's alright, I've got some like wax and stuff, we can gum it up.
It's alright, he's got wax.
Packard, you
We're
might
fine.
want to just be careful.
Does
with it.
Picard actually know how to load it?
No.
Does he have the intelligence to do that?
Perhaps I'll teach you that before I leave. Just
That'd be much
before I
appreciated.
leave.
Do you mind if I have a proper look, Picard?
No, of course not. Here you go. Here you go.
And
Enjoy.
I'll just sit down and like properly
Mr.
inspect it and try and
Hiroka.
figure it out.
Okay. I'd say if you spend the like this journey time just looking over the weapon, having basic knowledge of cannons, and crossbows and fire, like general other firearms, you both manage to work out how to load it like efficiently. You possibly practiced with maybe not gunpowder but other things, and then spend the time cleaning it, disassembling, reassembling. And Scarrick, if you make give me a, let's have a look, intelligence check.
Ugh, fucking hell. 3.
3. Without having your forged to hand and the suitable metals, you can't at this point determine how to make the ammo. However, you feel like if you had enough time and a decent forge, you'd be able to trial and error it out.
Interesting.
Ozzy.
Mr. Hiroka,
Yes.
do you mind if I try this this dog statue out? If I'm going to be purchasing it.
Oh, try before you buy. Yes, of course. I'm with you. I can't see it doing any harm. Let me just get it out the bag. And you see him. He's got his bag like sort of sat between his legs. He's sitting quite straight, not really relaxed yet. He rakes around and pulls out the small onyx dog, which if you have a look in your items and search for onyx dog, you should be able to find it.
As he pulls it out and then like hands it to me, and like he's not looking at the bag,
Mm.
can I try and mage hand into the bag and try and
Jesus
find
Christ.
pull something out?
Yeah, sure. It's like I'm gonna get my D100 out.
Throw the dog down and go, kill!
Kill him.
What'd you get?
Oh, sleight of hand.
Yeah.
$15.
He doesn't notice as he sort of has the onyx dog and he's trying to sort of show you it. He almost like bends down back to you for a small period of time as he's got it on the floor and like patting its back and not quite sure how to get it to activate again. You can't feel, so you're going for something random, aren't you?
100%.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. And it would have
the
to be
chest
about.
behind traders and like Fallout and stuff like that in it. Can't resist fucking looting them.
It'd have to be about hand size, wouldn't it?
When I play Baldur's Gate, I literally talk to a merchant, see what he's got, and then I just go around back of him and try and build for it all.
Where do you play Baldur's Gate as well?
Yeah,
No,
What on?
I have either.
PS5.
Oh,
I think it's cross-platform.
No, it's not.
no,
Is
not
it
yet.
not?
We've just both got it for PC.
Oh.
You've got a
PC
PC,
boys.
haven't you?
Yeah, I do.
Why did you get it on PC?
So I like my PS5.
Yeah.
So I've got a million-inch TV to play it on.
True.
Some say it is better to play it on PS5, don't they? Like,
They do, yeah. Smart people. Good people.
Surely do.
I've heard it's better
Well-
to use mouse and keyboard.
Your
Yeah.
hand grasped onto
No one-
something, and as you're watching Hiroka bent over the dog statue, you see it pull out another butt of a weapon. This one, unlike the musket, which was a solid wood stock, is almost like a ruby red. It's hard to really decipher what material it's made of. The stock is pointed like a electric guitar, which you may have seen in the distant dreams of your band. It pulls it out, and as the weapon is revealed, you see layers of tubing and sort of just chambers and circuitry and items that you've never really seen before. At this point, the weapon is coming out, and it's a good half a meter from the bag. And at that point, you see the tip, which is these radial rings going from larger to smaller to smaller to smaller, and at the end is a small metal ball.
Holy
The
shit.
weapon is now floating.
Pulled out a ray gun.
The weapon is now floating above the bag.
Looking at my musket like, ah!
What do you wish to do?
Okay.
Hide it behind the curtain.
Take it!
Okay, hang on. I would, at this point, after pulling it out like behind him as he's like handing me the dog statue, and I like out the corner of my eye see what I'm pulling out, I'm like, oh, I'm going to I would.
Oroka's like, oh, I think I've got it to work. I think I've got it to work. And
What, the dog?
the statue turns into a dog.
Oh, okay, maybe he's just distracting himself then.
There we go.
I would, well, at that point, then I would use my mage hand to just like drift it away, like,
Okay.
and put it. I would put it behind the sofa that he's sat on.
Okay. Put it behind the sofa. Let me just check we don't get a natural one. Nope. It slowly goes behind the sofa. You hear the gentle sort of thud as it lands on the soft carpet underneath. Well, what do you think? Before you is a mastiff. It's jet black fur. It stands and looks up at you.
Oh my god.
Hello, master.
Oh my god, it's a dog and it fucking talks. Oh my
Oh,
god, you're so
Lord.
cute. And I'm like, give me some scratches. Hello. Hello.
Your new face.
I am.
I haven't seen you before.
No, I'm your new best friend. I'm Ozzy.
I see.
What's your name?
I don't think I have a name.
I'm gonna call you Dave.
Dave.
Oh.
Dave.
Very well.
Dave the dog.
I am Dave the dog. What can I do for you?
Oh, you're so cute. You could just sit there and look cute like that. Yes, you do. You look really cute.
Thank you, master.
Oh my god, this is the best. I would have paid 10 times the amount.
What can I do for you, master?
Oh, I don't know. Go fetch. And pull out.
Fetch.
I pull out.
I'm a talking dog. I can do more than fetch, master. But if it is your wish,
I pull out the tiger's eye that I got
Okay.
last session and throw it to the other end of the ship. Go fetch, Dave. Go fetch.
you see his sort of intelligent face just all of a sudden like revert into the instincts of a dog, and he's like, he darts down, scuffing up the carpet as he goes, grasping the stone in his mouth, and then running back and dropping it at your feet.
Oh my god, this is so cool. Oh my god, this is so cool. I gotta die, guys. I gotta die. Go wee on Skag's leg.
I do not be master.
Oh, you don't wee?
I am. No, I don't.
Packard extends a hand and says, I feel a kindred spirit. For I too do not we.
Apparently it has an intelligence of 8.
Yeah.
So it's
Nice.
quite intelligent. Well, for a dog.
There, and Hiroka sort of steps in. There is one thing I forgot to say. Unfortunately, we won't be able to use him for a week after this.
Oh, what?
Wow.
But he is a good dog, aren't you?
Oh, he's a really
Dave.
good dog. Dave. How long is he gonna be here for?
I can last for up to 6 hours, master. After that, it is a week before I can be used again.
Oh, we best make the most of this time together. I'm gonna take you for a walk. Let's go.
Okay, let's go,
Yeah.
master.
I just start walking off.
You take the dog with you as you exit out. I think I've got a mastiff's thingy. Just so you've got a little Galactor. Maybe I don't. I'll get one for you if you buy it.
I just walk. I just like take him up onto the top deck and just like walk him around, and like
Yeah.
Ozzy's like really enthusiastic about the fact that he has a pet dog.
Yeah.
Some might say overly
After the loss
enthusiastic.
of after the loss of his last pet.
Potentially.
Yes. So, Hiroka goes back and sits down, and I don't even have a fucking picture. Shit. Goes back and sits down, cradling his pack, and just watching you two as you sort of go through the weaponry, giving helpful tips here and there. After the 4 hours pass, and you spent time on the vessel, Styles, you feel the familiar feeling of the ship dropping out of Spelljammer speed, you get the sensation you've reached your destination.
Well, here we had, gentlemen, we need to find somewhere to dock.
Jesus, his voice just kind of comes from everywhere. It's real freaky.
I have been your captain today. Thank you for flying with me.
I've been your captain today. Hope you enjoy.
So, you, as the sort of metal carapace comes
James's
back.
power's gone.
Oh no!
I just took it at warp speed, but I couldn't get it back to the normal one.
Oh no!
Where have I gone?
You went completely black.
I didn't realise that had also come out.
Technology, James.
So, as the carapace on the rear of the ship peels back, and you can see out into space. It's very pissing me off. Look at this one. Hang on a sec. Doesn't matter. So as the carapace comes over and you all peer out into the familiar background of wild space, you see a well-fortified ship. This vessel isn't like a galleon or an insect. It's almost like a huge hunk of metal, but it has a familiar enough of a sort of dictation to show it's a ship and not a rock. Around the ship is another vessel, and this vessel, the main thing that strikes you from it is a large, well, a ginormous cannon strapped at the front of it. Styles, from your reading in your books, you recognize it to be a bombard class vessel. This is a gift ship, a defense ship. The cannon alone is enough to blast a small vessel like a damselfly out of Astral Sea in one go, or at least rip it in half. The bombard ship floats quietly around the larger fortified vessel.
Does anyone else feel like they're in an episode of Doctor Who?
Yeah, I relay that it's a GIF ship.
Yeah.
And it's a bombard class, hence the big cannon.
Yeah.
Bombard, that sounds intense.
It does.
Oh, yes. That's the protection I was talking about. They're armored. But it won't matter to us. We're just customers. You see at one part of the armored ship, sort of the main building, the destination that you're coming to, there is a large space dock, and written in ornate writing above is the words "Chortwell's Traveling Exchange." You maneuver the damselfly into the dock and disembark.
How many guards does this place have?
Are you talking to Hiroka?
Yeah.
Well, there's always at least one ship, and I don't. To be honest, I wouldn't mess with them.
Just wondered, it seems excessive means of force out there. Is interesting.
Well, this is the main exchange for the wild space system. Any money that
So
gets
a lot
turned
of
into
money
credits is turned here. Yes, boss. Enough to change for you. Come in. You'll enjoy it.
So before, I have a couple of questions. Before we get off, I would say like, I'd forgotten something. Give me a second. And run back on. And I would pick up what I got out of his bag and bag it. And then my second point, how long did that take to get there after the dog was out, like how long has the dog got left?
So I'll say after you'd settled in, it's probably like 3 hours.
Okay.
Since you've no, let's say 2. It's probably you're a couple of hours in. You all got settled, read through the books, and then he bought the item out. So yeah, let's say he's been around for 2 hours. So he's got 4 left.
Okay. Cool.
You taking the dog in?
I would. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Me.
So
best
by
friend.
your side, you head under the large arch, and you're greeted with 2 large iron doors. A small hatch slides across. Welcome to Chalkwell's Traveling Exchange. How can we be of service today?
Looking to change some earth, gold, and silver for whatever you use over here.
Please leave all weapons outside of the exchange. Please use the locker provided. And at that, these 4 metal lockers down the sides, the doors hinge open.
What are we talking here? Do you think that,
Any
physical
weaponry.
weapons?
Swords, guns, bows, shields, knives, daggers, concealed
I want
weapons,
my shield.
arcane focuses,
Okay, focuses. Oh wow, they're taking a lot.
anything that could be classed as a weapon should be left in the locker. It will be safe.
I just
we be
disarm him.
safe.
Is this normal styles to do this?
Yes, you have to trust these people. They're like a warrior race. You really don't want to upset them.
Well, this
They're
guy
honourable,
is
though.
a
They will.
warrior race.
You see Hiroka, and he's pulling out all these hidden blades and stuff like that and popping them into the cabin. Come on. You can't go in with weapons. It's a
I can't
bank. It's an exchange.
What about Scar?
Just
What
walk
about
in.
bags of holding?
You can't expect Scar to take his arms off.
We just wouldn't tell them.
I am a weapon.
Exactly, he is a weapon. Is he allowed in there?
He will be allowed in.
Alright, and I'll take off my stuff.
I'll take off my stuff. Comfortable in the
Are
fact
any of
that
you trying to conceal anything? Or
Well,
are you getting rid of it all?
I would just take my backpack off.
I'll
with
strip down
belongings
to my
and just-
loincloth.
and just put it down.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I would strip off,
Yeah.
put my bag and everything in the locker, and I would just take out one of my silk dressing gowns and just put one of my silk robes on instead, and be like,
Nice.
"This is me."
Cool. The Mastiff by your side. I have seen... I've seen more of you, Master, than I thought I would in the first few hours of our engagement. But I am pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, that's Aussie for you.
That's what the girls say as well.
So after you take all your items off,
Best
the
because I
doors in
don't
front
have
of
any
you
peanut butter.
swing open, and you see a narrow corridor. You can tell it's fortified. It's solid metal ceiling and floor. However, as you step in, it feels luxury. The metal is a gold color. It has the feel of walking into a fine hotel. And walking down a narrow corridor, the room expands into a series of booths. Behind each of the booths, which are behind solid bars and large sheets of metal, so there's only so much exposed, is another autonome. Each one slightly different. Some quite bulbous, some quite thin and wiry. Different coloured eyes, different bits sticking from their heads and bodies. You see numbers above the cashier desks.
As we're walking, I would attempt to cast message in Scarrig's head and say, "Scar, can you hear me?"
I got you, didn't you? You thought it didn't work anymore.
I'm just checking. Can still do
Which desk
spells
do you wish to go to?
I don't know. Styles, Mr. Hiroka, where do we need to be?
Well,
I think it's
Any
down
desk,
east towards
really.
exchange, isn't it? Yeah.
why not start at number 1? Are you each exchanging separately, doing it as a group, or I have many more wares. If you have the money,
I
Well,
suppose I'll go to one
Scarrick, I
and
thought
just walk up to one.
You got rid of all your money, didn't you?
No, definitely not.
This guy's
How
loaded.
convincing.
Just made an investment, and I still have money.
so as each of you walk up to your booths, you see the gnome behind you, and they all start with the familiar message as stated at the doors. Welcome to Jotwell's Traveling Exchange. How can we be of service today?
I would like to exchange some gold and silver, some credits, please.
Please
Nice.
state the amount
How
of
much are
gold
you
and silver
changing?
to exchange.
You know, I don't want to go back home and have a load of, useless money on
Do you
me.
do
So
like
that,
a buyback offer? Okay, anything we don't spend?
We can exchange from gold, silver, platinum, electrum to credit, and we can change from credit to gold, silver, platinum, electrum.
Do you charge a commission?
There is a commission
What?
for each exchange.
Is there a rate?
Robbing
Like
bastards.
there's better times to get it and stuff like that. Is it?
The
If we
current
order
rate
online and
for
get it delivered, we get it
exchange,
cheaper.
unfortunately, our services are based in the Chordwell Travelling Exchange facility.
How much
Alright, I'll
would
take.
1,500 silver get me in your credits?
1,500 silver
1,500.
would equate to 1,500 credits with
That's
a
the one.
10% commission.
I like commission.
10%.
How about
For first-time
2,000 gold?
visitors, it is 10%. 2,000 gold would get you 20,000 credits with a
Woof.
5% commission.
Oh, I like how it gets smaller. I'll have that, please.
Hold.
Yeah.
What?
Well, if we're all doing it, then you might as well do one. It's definitely stupid for us all to do separate.
Am I going to
So
rate?
his and I chuck 1,000 to you. Pie card.
3,000.
Anyone else?
I've got 2,000. I'll put 2,000 in.
5,000.
What we got so far?
5,000.
Is this gold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll put
5,000 plus.
I'll put in 1,500 silver.
Which is 150
Just
gold.
do
I'm
it.
trying to
gold.
get rid of my change, okay?
You can exchange it yourself.
That's such a
You can
wank
change that
number.
yourself.
That's 150 gold.
Yes, so 5,150 gold.
50 so far. Styles and Scarrick, what are you putting in? Or have you already done that?
I already
I've
had that's the
done
5,000, isn't it?
Yeah.
I haven't finished.
Yes, Styles
I'll put in one.
are putting in 2. Scarrick's putting
done
in
one.
1,000. Yeah,
I'll
1,000.
put in 1,500 gold as well.
In 3 coppers.
As well as your silver.
Yeah.
Alright. Plus 1, 500.
And I'll chuck in 1 electrum.
We only work in big numbers. So we've got 6,650 gold. So if you all deduct that from your sheets, whatever you've done,
I put in 2,000. Yeah.
times by 10 is 66,500 silver. So let's divide that by 100. Hang on. Well, let's say 66,500, didn't I?
Yeah.
665.
So did
The
I get
exchange
20,000
rate
quid?
for this is 5%.
Not bad.
Times 5.
Not bad.
Which will be a total deduction of 3,325 gold. Your total credits will be... Sorry, silver. Your total
I was gonna
credits
say,
will be...
what would the next bracket have been?
Don't worry about it. Let's not spend too much time working the exchange rate.
Unfortunately, the DM has not made a fully working economy in his imaginary space world. Your total credits for this transaction will be 63,175.
And how much is that? How much do we get each?
What do you want
Yeah,
it
what was
divided by
it?
4?
Well, no, because
Is there a
No,
gold
no,
thing on
fuck's
it?
sake, we put more money in.
Just
Well, you should
tell
have done
me.
it separate, shouldn't you?
Just tell me in Styles, what does 2,000 gold equal?
2,000
Yeah,
credits.
20,000
Because
credits,
that's-
isn't it?
Minus 5%.
No, it's more than 2,000 credits. Because
2,000 gold.
Oh,
So
20,000
times by
credits.
10 to get it in silver, 20,000 credits. And you've got
Minus
6
5%.
So I've got 10,000 credits.
minus 5%.
Um,
Minus 5%. Divided by 100 equals...
Ozzy can pay the 5.
So then take that away
which
for
is
Aussies.
1,000. So you've got 19,000 each.
Okay.
No,
okay,
what?
thank you. Yeah, no, that's right.
Oh,
that's
you
right.
two do. Right, with
Yeah.
the commission, okay. So what have I got? 900 credits. No,
What did you put in?
I've got 9,000 credits.
Maths.
Why could have been
I
one
put
to
in
one, Paul? Why
it's half of whatever
You
it
guys
is.
could have gone to
Why
a
didn't
fucking
you just
counter
make
each.
it 1-to-1? Where's your
You guys wanted the
commission?
better exchange rate.
Yeah.
I've sorted. I've got
Said
my.
Shortwell needs some money.
You've got
19,000.
19,000, so I just half that. That's fine.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be
Right,
fine.
I am
I've got
going to put that.
1,567.
We'll say it all adds up. As you finish the transaction, he says, Sir Shortwell, son of Credence Shortwell Sr., thanks you for your business today.
Chalkwell or Chortwell?
Shortwell.
Oh, I wrote Chalkwell. That's its new name.
That's embarrassing.
The sign
know
was
on
outside.
D&D Beyond, it adds it all together. I'm going to drop it into my platinum, I think.
Well, I'd
Keep
put it
it
in,
separate.
yeah, keep it somewhere separate, or put it in
Yeah,
notes, whatever you
I
want.
put it in platinum because I don't have
Yeah,
any
platinum or electrum, because you probably won't
And
use them.
there's a coinage
I've
on there.
got
I've just wrote
Electrum.
as a
We have got
note.
Electrum.
I have platinum.
You cheeky bitch.
If you have an empty one, stick it in there and just remember it's credits.
Yeah, I'll do it as electric.
It makes you look really, really rich if you're doing it total.
If you've got that much platinum, Jesus Christ. Right, and while you all are now pockets full of money, we will go for a quick wee break.
Oh, yeah.
So, with your pockets laden with credits, you exit the exchange, collecting your gear and your weapons. Haruka, his eyes slightly wider than they were before, now knowing you've got the currency to pay for things, ushers you back onto the ship. Where next? Or trading first?
Did you say
perhaps,
pit
before we
stop's
go?
good? Would you like a drop off there?
Yeah, I'm sure you'd like the pit stop as well. Did you ever swing by there, Styles? I don't know. You're the one who's been to space before, isn't it?
Yes. I was many places. It's been a few years.
I
He's
see,
obviously moved around, but I should find my way there.
That's where Froddy was born. You know of
Froddy?
him?
Froddy, who used to work in the pub.
Who? The musician,
Musician, yeah.
famous bard in bass. He's on the jukebox.
I'm on the fucking jukebox.
I thought you'd know him, maybe.
Yeah, it seems like they'll put anyone on them these days.
Shut up, you. Was this brought up last time, Froddy? I seem to remember.
Yeah.
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 He's
They
the
play
famed.
music after yours.
Yeah. He's the one that sounds a bit like Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
Well, anyway. Pit stop's his hometown, so you can do a bit of sightseeing. With your new items, perhaps.
Aye.
Was there anything you wanted to purchase, Stout, before you go back in the helm?
Well, I was wondering if you had any anything magical. As I say, I'm feeling strange, and I'm eager to explore my new powers.
Oh, I
And
see.
I see something in the distance and try and interact with it, like telekinesis or something. I think something like that.
He sort of turns to the others and he's like, Is he okay?
I don't know.
Well, we don't really know, to be honest. He seems to be rediscovering himself.
I see. Yes, I have many magic things in my bag, Mr. Styles.
What else do you have for sale?
Well, let's see. Back on
Yeah,
the
I think
ship
it was-
first.
Buy a hand. We bought a hand, didn't we?
No, you haven't
We
bought it
haven't
yet.
actually exchanged any money.
All right.
You
Don't
bought the
fucking
musket
take
for the
everything.
bullets.
Don't fucking remind him.
Mhm.
He hasn't asked for it yet.
So he takes you back down and he sits in the thing. He hasn't given you anything yet.
He gave me
You
the
don't
dog.
actually. Yeah, he's giving
I've
you the
got-
dog. That's true.
I've got a rifle, and I'll shoot him with it.
So, you've paid for the rifle with the balls. That's fine.
Mhm.
You've got the dog, which has a little bit more time. He was 5,000 credits.
Oh, I gave you it.
We said 4, didn't we?
Mm.
Gave you it.
Make a deception check. With disadvantage.
Oh, what?
Well, you've just gone to the exchange to get the money to pay him.
Yeah, it's a really bad lie.
My deception's really high, but I rolled a 4. So,
Mm.
11.
It might be spaced the first time. We went to the exchange to get the money to pay me for the goods.
I
You had
I put
gold
my
and
hand
silver.
I put my hand on his shoulder in an attempt to like use my magical powers to get him to change. Like, no, I'm sure he'd definitely give you it, but nothing happened.
No, he definitely didn't, and he sort of takes your hand off and, right, gentlemen, I'm a businessman. If you don't want to do business, I'll stay here,
I am handing.
and I'll take my
No,
goods
I
back.
thought we're doing business.
So
I mean,
business
you
hand.
don't have any shields, do you? Any magical shields?
I just
Well,
want to
that's
know
for magic
everything you
fair.
have. I want to know all of the things you sell.
I can't afford the dog.
Give me a list.
Lay them out.
Give me an hour.
You can't afford the dog.
I
You
didn't.
can't
Why
afford
did
the
you
dog.
changed?
I
You
didn't.
just went to the money shop.
I didn't. Oh no! Wait.
How much do you need?
Hang on. What was the exchange rate?
How much did you
Oh my
exchange?
I exchanged 1,500 gold. So that's 15,000 credits, isn't it?
That's plenty.
Yeah, 1,500 gold times by 10, which puts it into silver, so 15,000 credits. Divided by
Minus
100 times 5, minus 750. So
He's gone up 'cause I've got
15,000.
9.5.
minus
Yeah, that's
750.
1,500 silver. So 15,000 gold. So 16,500 silver, isn't it?
So you got 14,250 credits
Right, okay.
from that gold.
I give him 4,000 credits.
Okay. Thank you. And this is what
Do you
the
have
good thing
any,
is about space. You do trades and deals and things like that.
Yeah, we have those back home. Don't.
Do you,
Don't give
do
me
you
the big
have
I
any
am.
magical shields?
Do you
Or, if
have
not
muskets
magical
back
shields.
home, good sir?
Mm.
A shield.
No. We don't.
Unfortunately, I'm not so much of an arms dealer as I am a random goods. The musket and my other item are really the only arms I've got. Do you
No,
care
I'm
to
not
see
really
it?
interested in arms. I'm
Yes,
just, I'm
I'd like-
more interested in like, I don't only care about like rings and stuff.
No, I'd like to see all of your wares.
Any magical?
Well, I can get them all out, but it'll take some time.
Oh, describe them to me with words then.
Well, in the bag, how much
was
did
it?
you get in total?
I got
Not,
loads.
isn't it? I'm
It's
sure
just
Ozzy
a
would have
little
indicated at
research
this
path.
point.
Oh, sorry. I
How's
was,
that?
I
How
was
much
trying
No,
money
it's
look
fine.
You're Mrs. Packard fucking you over here.
Well,
He's like, oh, I only have 2 arms, and you bought 1. Would you like to see the other one? I'm like, no, I'm not interested. And he's fucking pushing to see it.
If you've got more weapons, I'd love to see them.
I'm just
Well,
more interested in like if
alright.
we got the random goods. You know, you said like
I'll
basic
describe them
magical
to you.
items that do things.
Yes.
I'll describe them. It's easier. So
Yeah.
there's the obviously.
did
the
anybody
thing-
else see me pull that gun out of the bag?
Well, I would have seen it because I was facing you. I figured I would have seen a
didn't
fucking
see it.
ray gun come out of it,
I see
his bag
everything.
and hide behind the sofa.
Yeah. Pat sees everything from the helm. So I have the force grenade. Now this is another GIF creation. It can be thrown up to 60 feet. Obviously, being a grenade, it explodes. And it's quite a big
Obviously.
blast area.
How much?
And 2,000 credits. You want
Alright,
to hear
I'll
the
take it.
rest?
I'll take it and then you can show her the rest.
Very well. And he reaches in. Just remember, gently. And he sort of passes it, you cupping it into your hands. The other weaponry, I have the ray gun. And,
Sorry? Who's Ray? Ray who?
That.
Oh, I forget you're not from here. So ray gun is very similar to the musket, except instead of using the balls, the rounds, it uses psionic energy. I can show you if you
What?
want.
No, I don't understand what any of that means, and I've already bought the musket. So, but thank you.
Any
sir.
rings? Any?
Why do you have rings?
No, I have. I mean, I have
Dual
fashion
myself.
items, clothes, and I mean, you do kind of
With
look
magical
a
effects.
little bit odd, if you don't mind me saying.
Do you have any fancy neckerchiefs?
Yes. What color?
Oh, I mean, I have a big assortment, but I've never had any from space, so I'd like to purchase a few.
This motherfucker's selling grenades. You want to buy a scarf?
I know, like, can we focus on
What's
these
happening?
magical items?
Not
me
everything
have
is
a look.
about fighting a war, Packer. Sometimes it's
Whoa.
about looking good.
And he rummages around and he finds this one will be good for you. He pulls out a deep, a really, really deep blue scarf. It's nice and big, a large square which can be maneuvered and worn in many different ways. Along it, in silver thread, the basic constellations of the sky. Can also double up as a very, very basic sky map. This would be yours for just 3 credits.
Taken.
And it'll look very, very good on you.
Thank you.
Was there anything else from the captain before we make our way?
Yes, do you have any magical things? Anything I could? It's got this energy, and I feel like.
I mean, there is something, but it's quite expensive.
Oh, what is it? What is it?
Fucking tease us with that.
Well, I notice your ship is lacking an astrolabe.
Yes.
I'm lacking some astrolabes.
You know what it is, or would you like me to describe?
Yes, but just remind my friends what it is.
Well,
It's been 10 years.
It gives you a precise location, doesn't it?
this large spherical magic astronomical instrument basically puts the whole of wild space in your room. It can pinpoint the celestial bodies. It can pinpoint your location. It's best used in a dark room or at night, so the image can be seen clearly. I mean, it'll fill up to 60 feet diameter.
Wow.
And how much is that?
Well, I mean, it's 40,000 credits.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds like, like a ship expenditure, it's not really...
Yeah.
I agree.
personal.
It's every good ship has one, is what I've heard in the Astral Sea.
and if Styles cared to have a good ship, then he'd probably have one on us,
Yeah, I hate not being
no,
a good ship.
I've managed to navigate this far, this last 2 days without one, so I think I'll be okay.
I cast a
I see.
message in.
Just
Styles'
drifting on
I
the
am
sea,
I am also a man of
as we
the
like
old
to
ways.
cut our costs.
I cast a message in Styles' head, and I say, I think this guy's trying to swindle you, man.
Yeah. I look at what's his face, and I think to myself, what a fucking con artist, but accidentally cast message and he hears it.
Wow.
He sort of
Wow.
looks around the room. Did you? Did you just? Did he just?
What?
Oh, what?
What? You were telling us about the big space thing.
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, we haven't left yet. Perhaps I should just wait here for next vessel. If you've bought everything you need.
No more magical items.
Anything else that explodes?
I mean,
Just check if
about
it's a
it.
cantrip. Can I keep
Okay.
using it?
Yeah.
yeah.
I look at Scarrick and. Oh, can you hear me?
Oh, it's normally Ozzy's voice doing that. I can't wait to go through the stages of you discovering your new trick.
Wait, what? Why are you
This is going to
sounding
be
so
an
excited?
interesting month.
Just before I leave, did anybody want the
I'll tell you
hand?
later.
The
How
hand?
much is the hand?
It's
How
only
much the hand?
6,000. More in your
stars.
price range.
What
Get the
does it
hand
do?
stars.
I told you.
Shocks.
Shocks the people you don't like.
It's got shock value.
Insight check.
Okay.
Is he bullshitting trying to get rid of it?
Give it a roll. Then.
13.
Seems genuine.
Can I have a look at it again?
Yes. He reaches around in the bag. Okay. Reaches
damn
around
you,
in the
Kaz.
bag, and
He's rolling to see if he notices there's a ray gun missing.
he pulls it out and holding it in his hands. He sort of shows you it. It's a genuine auto-gnome hand.
I'm sure it is. I go to touch it and cast Identify.
It's probably not an item that's in D&D thingy, but what you find is it is an auto-gnome hand that has retained the ability to give off a shock charge. So once per day, either melee or ranged, it has a range of 60 feet. It can do 2d6 lightning damage if it hits. And imagine the hand is in this form.
Right.
Like, jammed.
It's a shotgun.
Once per day.
Once per day.
Did you say melee? Was it like it's not a
Melee or
protected-
range of 60
You could
feet.
slap someone with it, but it gives them a shock.
Are you throwing a hand?
It's got a range of 60 feet, yeah. I mean, it can shoot 60 feet. Like, it'll spark charge
Right, okay.
off.
How much is it?
6,000 credits.
6,000.
600 gold? Okay, no.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really want it. Anybody else?
Nah, not for the. Nah, it's just a hand. What do you want a hand for? I
Shock
could do a
people.
hand.
What is
Well,
How do you know it shocks people?
it? It fires like a shock, I think. Like electrical
it does,
charge.
yes. Have you seen one before?
Oh, like the musket. Like the musket, you can pew 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 people.
Yeah, but just once a day.
Yes,
Stay
but
in it.
that one time when you need it, it would be quite useful.
How much does it weigh?
Tries to make a persuasion check. Was an 11.
I mean, you're not really selling me on it, so.
Come on, baby.
I will give you 3,000 credits for it.
4,000?
3,000.
3.5.
2,000.
3.5.
What? That's not all for numbers in my bid here.
Right, you make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Can I give him advantage by saying, I'd take the 3,000, man, because honestly, none of us here are gonna buy it otherwise.
No.
Persuasion's so bad. Oh shit.
I mean,
3.
I just offered 3.5. I'll take it for that.
Scarrick's offering 3.5.
sorry, it was a little bit confusing. I'll do 3.5.
There we
Are
go.
you getting it for the 3 there?
No,
No,
3.5.
I'm not.
It's a deal.
No, yeah. 3.5? Aye, okay.
And he shakes you with the auto gnome hand. Takes the credits.
And you don't.
Well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure doing business. I'll leave you to your journey.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, it was a pleasure.
Very well.
Say bye, Dave.
Hopefully see you again soon.
Farewell.
Yes,
And I'll
very
remember.
well.
It's a shame our time couldn't have lasted longer, but I do sense I'm maybe a little bit out of your price range at points.
Say bye, Dave.
Or interest range.
Bye bye. And with that, he sort of packs up his bag. His demeanor's changed from the friendly person to you've just got loads of credits and you're not buying shit. Like,
We did everything good.
well, he thinks all his stuff's good, doesn't he?
We got all the good shit by the sounds of it.
Did you say the hand isn't a thing, so I'm just going to have to make a...
Yeah, I can put it into thingy for you.
I got a ray gun.
Yes, you got a ray gun. I got excited about a musket. And you got a ray gun.
Don't know what it does yet, though.
So,
Shoots rays.
as you pull the dragonfly away from the dock at Chalkwells, leaving Horaka stood there waiting for his next ride, where do you head?
Do we head?
Oh, we have
Where
a
are we
pit
going?
stop.
Stop.
Or do we...
Oh yeah, pit stop.
Stop.
Are we at the
in,
pit stop? Or... No, we're leaving. Yeah, we're leaving
yeah.
at the auto exchange quickly. Yeah.
Styles, what do we have
Yes,
time to
Oswald.
go to this pit stop? Like, or you know,
What do you mean time? We're here now.
Well, yeah, but
Yes,
we're here for a reason,
the
aren't we?
Time is weird here.
No, that's true.
No, that's the astral sea. This town travels normal in wild space. We do have to meet up with the traveller, but I am just trying to get some intel on him. It's a hard one to track down, but yeah, we can go to the pit stop.
I bet the pit stop's great. Time place for intel.
I think it's.
You really should have
Make
bought
an
that
intelligence
astrolabe.
check.
Fine, that's the worst that can happen.
There aren't many like.
You know,
Fucking
like,
hell.
4. After drifting the vessel away from Chalkwells and leaving behind the bombarded
Really,
ships,
like,
56 years later.
landmarks, are there?
the fortified vessel, you take at this point. Well, to be fair, actually, at this point, you decide it's probably time to rest. It's been hard to track time up here with no movement of the sun and no daylight and nighttime. But I feel, because you travelled up, I think, just as night was coming, perhaps? It was late in the evening when you travelled up, so you've probably been awake for around 24 hours, and your bodies will be telling you it's time to rest. So, drifting through the emptiness of space, you all turn in for the evening. Anything you wish to do before you go to bed?
I would.
What are you going to do?
In the last like hour or so I have with Dave, I'd just be like sit, just like fussing him and.
I think we're going to have a really great friendship. Maggie. Yikes.
Zoinks, Dave.
Does anyone have any like ingredients that would work towards spells that I can start like messing about with?
Probably, because I do spells, so I have.
Does anyone have a
collect
component
bits.
pouch, Sam?
I do, yeah.
I
would
think
have
just
But a
materials.
pouch, is that a thing?
yeah, and it basically means you don't need to collect components for your spells.
Because I figured, like I've mentioned it before, where like I go foraging for bits that I need for my spells.
There's lots of downtime that we don't include, but it would include you going round.
Yeah,
What
because
sort of things would you collect?
Some spells have like a monetary value, which obviously it doesn't cover that. But things where it's like, like for example, here, a small straight piece of iron, like it has little bits like that in there.
Would you have perhaps 10 gold's worth of incense, charcoal?
Somebody multi-classed.
Couldn't possibly guess.
Scraping around the ship, Styles, you move down to the fire pit. How are we gonna do this? Well, you have a lot of wood on the deck. Let's see. Do you think you and Scarrett could do it between you?
What are you looking for?
What's the exact items you need?
Well, I don't know, because I'm kind of working things out. But I think if I had like 10 gold pieces worth of charcoal, some incense, herbs, and something to put it to heat it in a brass brazier, something might happen.
Packard's got some incense.
Well, I like have a forging kit with me, so I would have definitely some sort of metal container brazier thing, and I would have
and the remains
charcoal.
of charcoal. Yeah,
I'll definitely have
got
charcoal
incense.
with me.
Got anything to add to it, Ozzy?
I mean, I feel like Ozzy would have some incense. Actually, it's the sort of thing he'd have.
Yeah,
I don't have any.
I'd imagine you would have picked some up from, the castle, the orgy night. The Greenpeace warriors.
Smell better.
That would have been
What's
like
that pouch called? Just so I
them
can make a note of
sticks,
it.
component pouch, but I don't think you have one yet. It's something you need to look for.
I got a bit of fleece.
What are we talking about here? Am I
I
missing
feel like
something?
herbs we would probably maybe have. If you want in herbs. And what was the other thing you need? I can't remember.
Is this still just
Just need
gathering
a pan
stuff
to burn it in.
Pat?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
brass
Is it a
Spending the
specific
evening.
spell he's doing?
yeah.
Spending the evening
But we don't know yet.
collecting bits together. Styles coming around and asking odd questions like, "Hey, Scarrick, do you have a load of charcoal in your bag?" Over the course of the night, before you go to rest, before you go to sleep, you manage to compile the ingredients that you need, and I'd like to picture you all with the carapace open, sat on the back end of the damsel fire, a small brazier in between you all, a fire lit, slowly burning down, the embers and the coals charring into charcoal. So it's made. Sals, you get the urge to throw in the bits you've gathered, and throwing them in, muttering under your breath. The rest of you watch as the incense burns and the smoke billows, ebbing up slowly with no wind into the space above. Something appears in the ashes. What is it, Styles?
I think it would be a rat. Yeah, we will go rat.
A rat.
The ashes begin to move and bubble slightly as a small
Oh shit!
rodent
There's a rat. Stomp on it.
appears. The rodent, as you all begin to go towards it, immediately darts out of the fire. The ash coming off its back, it's dark grey. Well, what colour is it?
I think just like a black rat, like.
Yeah.
And that's
The
like
dark grey ash shaking out of its black fur. It darts straight up to Styles and runs up his leg and sits in his lap.
What the hell did you just make that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know what it is. How do you make a rat?
Well, you just did.
Yeah, I was just looking at the fire and I remember the cold nights and all the rats scurrying around the ship in the old days, and the rat appeared.
What's its name?
What happened to you?
If we're all getting
Yeah.
pets, you need a name.
Jeff the rat.
Jeff. Might be Jeff. Do you want to think about it? You don't have to come up with it right now.
I think he looks like a Jeff.
I think it looks like
What's
a
his
rat.
name? I'll call him Dave.
Dave the
Yes,
rat.
Dave is a good name.
I've
Yep.
already used Dave.
Nope. Settled, Dave the rat.
Dave was in the band.
Hard to think of names, isn't it, guys?
I'm using from my past the names that I use. Dave just happens to be a very common name.
Oh, dear.
I wonder
Well-
if he can do anything.
As you ponder that and
Yeah.
it crawls around your neck, I'd say you turn in for the evening. Spending the time with your pet as you sort of lay in the master's chamber, the captain's chamber, you realize that your bond is more than just a creature created from fire. You communicate with the rat, and spending the evening, I'd say only taking a short rest because you spend most of the time just running it back and forward and using your mind to talk to it and training it to do for different things. And at one point in the early hours, you click in and are able to communicate fully with it. The rest of you hear the scurrying of tiny feet on the deck as you swing in your bunks, except the familiar sway isn't there. There's no rocking in space. Perhaps you find it more difficult to go to sleep.
I
Picard,
don't like it.
stand on a deck and peer out into space,
Yeah, I'm going to stand on the deck.
or read the Astral Times.
I'll stand on the deck and curious about the nature of space. I start pulling some bits of shit out of my bag. The first thing I pull out is that weird sand timer that I got. That doesn't seem to do anything. I pull that out and I sort of inspect it. Do I notice anything about it?
How
That
does
makes
gravity affect this special time?
I think it just falls.
There was something about it.
It falls every day, I think.
So it's a day sand timer. Okay.
Yeah. As you watch, as what you, I mean, at this point, your concept of time is off completely. Everyone else has gone to bed because they're tired, but for you, that's not a keystone you can use. You've always used the arching of the sun across the sky or the stars coming out at night. Now you've been up here who knows how long, and the stars haven't changed. But you notice the one thing that does differ is the grains of sand have gotten more since you've got the timer. And sitting there sort of tilting it back and forth, you see as one drops from top to bottom.
Okay.
So yeah, it measures a day.
Measures a day.
1 grain of sand is a day.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I might start keeping a little note of the days.
Yeah.
Day
Because I'll
that
feel a
you're
bit
experiencing
disoriented.
or a day of Earth.
I'm still the same, James, at this point. It's only when you get an astral sea it changes.
Oh yeah.
God.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Yeah. Cool.
Anything else you pull out of your bag?
I've got here in my bag like a weird compass that didn't seem to work.
The amount
I'm
of
not- I
shit
don't-
you've picked up.
Yeah, I don't remember where I got that
Still
from.
doesn't work in space.
It was just a compass that didn't work.
Oh, I think I remember that. It did work, but it didn't
What?
point north.
Where did it point?
Was that not a compass that pointed to what you desired the most?
It's always
What,
pointing at
Pirates of the Caribbean?
It's always pointed at yourself.
I don't remember it
sure you
doing
used
anything.
No, I think it was pointing somewhere, but it wasn't north, and we didn't really know what it was. Maybe.
That's probably it.
Well, as you pull these items, you ponder their existence, just as the DM has many moons ago. Let me just double check. Can't find anything else you're pulling out your bag?
No, I think that's all the weird items I've got that I don't understand.
Was it? No, that was that one. Nope, that's all. That's all his compass, not yours. That's fine. Yeah. You ponder the existence. You understand the Santama map's days. The compass. I think what you probably would do is look at it and think how useless it is. An item that, for all you know, and like as the memories have come back to you, is a key piece of OF. Basically, the way everyone in your trade and profession navigates is now just a piece of metal and junk.
Yeah, so I put it back in my bag, feeling small again. And I stare out to space, and I cradle my musket.
Nice.
This is my musket.
Yeah.
There are many muskets like it.
This one is mine. Cool. So, as you awake from your slumber, the next day is yours, and by this point, you've managed to plot route. So you hop into the
still
helm.
a rat next to Styles.
Oh yeah. What are you doing with the rat, Styles?
Interesting.
Just
Doing me
practicing
around.
with him getting to run about and
Grab a bit of cheese.
as I see through his eyes, as I learn the powers that I can do with Jeff.
Right. So, having Jeff crawl into a small pocket on your inside jacket, you climb into the Spelljammer helm. You have the destination in mind, the pit stop. Working out its current trajectory and where it should be, you go up to warp speed, spelljamming speed, as the rest of you relax on this journey. Time passes, you're looking at around another 4-hour journey to get where you want to go. Around 2 hours in, you're pulled out of spelljamming speed.
By space place.
You sense an asteroid belt. A fairly common occurrence in wild space.
Holy shit.
The ship slows down, and in front of you see large, for you, for those in OEarth terms, these look like chunks of mountains that slowly turn and slowly move through space. The ship, a fraction of the size of some of them, is now brought to a slow speed. How do you wish to proceed, Captain? Normal routine is to have people watching from deck. Be your eyes and your ears.
Are there airlocks? Did we discuss that?
No, you're in an air
there's a bubble
envelope,
of air
so
around, yeah.
Is
the
there
carapace.
any passing point there?
What do you mean?
Like, can you bring stuff in from the outside or go out?
Oh yeah, everything comes through. It's not like a shield, but as it comes into your air envelope, it will have air.
Right.
Outside it won't.
It's like a bubble, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
bubble
So we
wrap.
can send a
why-
mage hand through it.
Yeah.
But that's why if you jump about, off and you throw Oz at it, he could have drifted out the envelope and
And
I
then
did.
begin to suffocate, yeah.
And then freeze.
Boil.
There isn't so much temperatures, yeah. It would be well, but there isn't so much temperatures. It's more suffocation that's your main threat.
Well, I don't think you've ever been to space. I think you do, like, it's really cold.
This is wild
This
space.
is wild space. Yeah.
Yeah.
This space is fucking wild, son.
Fucking wild, man. Temperature doesn't matter.
So, guys, I don't really remember this being here last time.
Oh, fucking hell. That needs to be on your gravestone.
I think we've gone right at the second star on the left and straight.
We're not
Like,
going
we're
back.
buying that fucking astrolabe
Never
next time
land.
we get offered one.
I think straight ahead, but I'll need you to watch out. Don't let us get too close.
All eyes on deck.
Yeah, I'll nip us. I'll whip us through, straight through. It'll be fine, no issues.
So the ship, when it's in ship speed, is as maneuverable as a vessel is on the water, and you have it. Well, most of you have experience of this anyway. It's not too bad. You manage to move through with everyone making perception checks, please. Who is on the deck? Obviously not Styles.
Natural 20.
That's 20.
This is a new dice as well.
That is
4.
4,
10.
10,
26.
26. Scarrick and Picard, you look out, overwhelmed by the size of these giant asteroids. You manage to give enough guidance on either side to steer the ship through. You move slowly, dead slow, just pushing past and maneuvering
Can I also
as things move out the way. It's a three-dimensional
Can I-
space as well, so
can I keep an eye out for any small asteroids, like hand-sized or whatever? Any
yeah.
rocks that are floating around, and if they're in reach of my mage hand, just pull them through and just collect a couple off.
Okay. At the moment, they're all quite large, but it's something you can look out for in the field. Ozzy, you see something? Something
Thing on the wing.
slightly odd. You see a red balloon
What the fuck?
floating
This is fucking wild space.
out from
It is.
behind.
This space is wild.
This is fucking fucked up.
Floating out from behind. Floating out from behind one of the rocks.
It's Styles? Styles, there's a balloon. Is that normal?
Not that I can recall. Do I recall?
What are you on about, Mr. Ozzy?
Look, over there, there's a balloon. Can you hear the creepy music?
As you all turn, you see the balloon drift slowly towards the vessel. It's now about 20 feet away, coming into the air envelope.
Is it emitting this
I'm moving the-
sound?
Yeah, you
I'm
sort of look around
Pushing it
and
with the
you
mage hand.
hear noise. Your mage hand
definitely
comes
try and
into
push it away.
contact, and it stops.
Yeah, I don't think we should let this thing come into our
Or
ship,
it's just
guys.
a balloon.
It's a fucking balloon in space. Do you really think it's a good idea to let it in?
Maybe some kids
They're in a
lost
giant
it.
dragonfly in space. What do you think?
I don't know if balloons are native to space, personally.
I don't
Like-
think
I don't know
if
if I
any
can
of us
just
even
keep
What is a
seen
holding
balloon?
it.
before. Yeah, what is
What is a balloon?
We haven't vulcanized rubber yet.
Garrick's holding it with his mage hand. You feel the resistance
Am I
against your
feeling
mage
pressure
hand
or
as it sort of squeezes and then slips by, and you catch it again. And squeeze.
guys,
and
we need to make a
slip.
decision on this.
It's fine, let it come here.
No, do
I
the
don't
opposite.
think that's a good idea.
Pop it. Squeeze it.
Pop it.
I don't know.
I'm trying to squeeze it, but I don't think it's going to do anything.
Push it away.
And squeeze it.
I pull out my crossbow and I shoot across an arrow at it.
Okay, roll for attack.
Mr. Let It Come aboard.
Well, no, it's fun.
Well, now you're shooting it.
Well, because there's nothing else to do. Do one at 24.
Okay, roll for damage.
Oh shit. And a million space bees are going to come out of it.
Fucking hell. 10.
10. As you shoot the arrow, you taking the range of about 30 feet, you aim slightly high. You use the gravity. Your arrow flies straight, except it hits above the balloon, and it sticks in what only can appear to be space. The balloon, you see, changes.
I think that's an illusion of some
There is now a creature holding the balloon.
It's the fucking anglerfish.
It's a clown
Oh.
Oh no!
dressed in similar spacer gear to the people you've seen so far. Large, leather straps coming round with pockets and pouches. His face is painted completely white, his hair sticking from the side. His hand is the thing holding a balloon in front of him. As he sees you, he begins to laugh, the arrow sticking out the side of his face.
Oh god. Oh god.
I need you to all roll initiative.
Oh my god, we're fighting a space clown!
Oh wow. 19, the best roll I've done all night.
19.
15. What is going on?
No.
15 for Ozzy.
I'm so
Nobody
confused.
expected Space Clown today.
Clowns from space.
Natural 1 for 5 for me.
Natural 1 for 5. Scarrick.
Don't forget you have a ray gun, by the way, Kurt.
1.
Don't forget that's the thing you own.
1 for
I'm
Scarrick.
too scared
Jesus.
to use it.
Okay. We'll move on to this map.
Oh my god. I do not like him. Hey, what the fuck's that over there?
Fucking space clowns. What the fuck is going on?
I hate space.
Space is...
We'll put you there because that's in Spelljammer Helm.
Nothing but chaos.
I don't know what's going on.
Your
Miss
damage was
Saltmarsh.
10.
I never wanted to leave.
These giant beavers.
Okay. So, this is the scene. Crawling from the 2 large asteroids around you, as you fire this arrow and it sticks into the clown, you see these large cockroach creatures with saddles on their back. On the back of them, more clowns appear, peering down at you, smiles across their faces, each one slightly differently painted, bright colours of black, whites, reds, blues, yellows.
My
The
god.
one with the arrow sticking out his head pulls it out. A little bit of almost like black acrid slime coming out of his face and floating off into the mist. He looks at you and begins to swim towards you. However, Picard, you are top of the round.
Can I just ask?
Yeah?
Are they? Did you say they're wearing suits like a
So
space suit? Or
The clowns, except they've got, space clothing, so they look like astral beings. So the astral attire that you've seen so far is long coats, bandoliers of leather, sort of that steampunk vibe. So they're not wearing spacesuits.
so it's like they're exposed to space and they seem okay about it.
Mm.
Okay.
Well, this one's just entered your air envelope, so
Okay.
my God, you stop.
Right, well
Shoot him.
I'm gonna run to the edge of the ship and I'm gonna shoot at these assholes over here.
Okay.
Um,
There is a ruler for range. They are 90 feet away.
that should be fine. I'm 120 range on my musket.
Are you aiming for the giant cockroach they're riding, or the one who's in front?
I will go for the... It seems like they can fly without cockroach aid. So I'll aim for the front clown.
Okay. Roll for damage.
Yeah. Does a 14 hit?
Yes.
Rah!
Ozzy, you're going to be next after this. Then it's going to be the clowns.
9 damage.
Nice.
What's the rule on reloading the musket? Because it's normally a time
We'll
intensive.
say it takes your bonus action to reload. So if you ever wanted to do something with your bonus action, you'd have to do it on the next round to reload it.
I'll reload with my bonus action then.
Okay. Ozzy. While Packard is doing that at the back of the ship. Did he just spit on it?
Don't forget to take the ramrod out.
No one explained to me what to do. I cradled the bomb.
Okay, space clowns.
So just to give you perspective as well, the area up here is raised, so it'll be about like a 5-foot ladder to get up to that bit, and then you can see the front. From the back of the ship, the front area is blocked.
And I
So
can
I'd
see
say
these
you were
things.
actually at the front, weren't you? And these two are on the side. So because you shot the balloon clown person, sorry, he's not there. You are up there currently.
Where's the creepy ass clown gone?
The one on the deck isn't there. He shouldn't be there. It's the one in front of the damselfly that is the issue. So it'll be Aussie, Space Clown, Styles, then Scarrick. Obviously, Styles, you're still in the helm. So if you wish to stop control of the vessel, you can come out. Or if you wish to move the vessel away, you can. But you won't be able to jump to Spelljammer without going through the asteroid field.
Okay. I will, assuming that these are not friendly space clowns, how far away from me is it? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. I will cast Dissonant Whispers. Needs to make a wisdom save.
Okay. It is a 5. It's a straight 5.
So it fails. So it takes 3d6 psychic damage. So it takes 6 psychic damage, and must immediately use its reaction to move as far as it can away from me.
Yeah, just bear with me. Yeah. 6 damage, did you say?
Yes, psychic damage.
Uses reaction to move away.
Yes.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You see the clown who is beginning to sort of swim towards you just turn, his face turn into this like comical, like sad face, and he starts to swim away from you, like a fake tear streaming down his face. Is that you, was he?
Did I ever tell you I've got a phobia of clowns?
Yeah, the spiders aren't that funny now, are they?
Then it is the it is the space clowns. So 90 feet. So hurtling out from the asteroids onto the vessel, these 2 large cockroaches fly towards you. landing on the ship, their feet clamping on, their claws coming over. Off them jump the clowns.
Shit.
This one jumps 10, 15, 20, 30, like that. You see as they like fly off, they sort of propel themselves off. Some of them connected with large elastics to the space cockroaches that they ride. The ones that are at range will try and attack with ray guns. Let's have a look. So the one closest to you, Kat, is gonna shoot you. So it's 15 to hit.
Yep, it's a visit.
Okay. So 7 psychic damage, and I need you to make a wisdom save.
A wisdom save. 12.
Meets it, beats it. You feel this wash over you. So you get hit with this ray gun. This charge of energy just flies through space towards you, hitting you in the chest. As soon as it hits you, whereas normally, whenever you've been in battle, you get hit with this instant pain and shock. You're hit with a weird sensation of laughter and hilarity. You must begin to laugh as it hits you. However, you know it's hurting you, and your brain manages to shake it off. You regain composure, ready to fight again.
It's kind of funny.
The one at the back will aim at you, Scarrick. For a natural 3 plus 5. So 8, so misses, I presume.
Yeah.
The one in contact with you, Picard, will... You see him pull his ray gun, and he shoots himself in the face with it.
I like his style.
Oh. But as he shoots, he's laughing so much hysterically that he shoots and misses, and it just fires up into space. The one from the rear, seeing what he's doing, targets him for a natural 1, and it goes wide and shoots across the deck. Styles, it's you.
I'm going to run up onto this deck where Ozzy is.
So you're leaving the helm and coming up. Yep.
Yeah, because they've latched on, so there's no point trying to run. How does the mangonel work? Is that just did we not unpack it? Is it ready to fire?
Well, it's ready, but it takes 4 actions to fire.
Okay. At that, I'm gonna be like, "Oh my god, what's that?" and point at this cockroach here.
Mm-hmm.
And at that, I just read it a second ago. Free fisting, whistling, hyperallergenic, gluten-free.
Hyperallergenic, gluten-free.
That shoot from me towards it, so I don't actually know how to do this. So
It's Jim's magic missile.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So I think you roll an attack roll.
Shit, I just lost it on something.
You're shooting at the cockroach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
5. Do I have a modifiers for it? No.
It should have added it to it if it's on your sheet.
No, it's not on the sheet. I just did it. I can't see it on the sheet.
Okay, I think it's +4, your spell attack. So 8.
Yeah, that is +4. So
Yeah.
No, that's 9. Yeah, so 9 total.
Okay. So as you're trying to get to grasp with this new spell, these bolts fire from your hand, weaving through the air and twisting and coiling, but just shooting past the cockroach, which turns to you. It's like jaws, barred. That you, Styles?
Let me just check one thing.
Garrett, you're up next.
Yeah, I think. I'll. With the shock of what just happened, that I've never experienced it before, I'm just like, what was that?
Shit, son. Right. Scallic.
I'll
Okay,
take a
let's go.
swing with my Warhammer for 10 at the guy next to
Yep.
Picard.
Yeah.
10 to hit.
And
Misses on the first go.
Damn.
another swing for 22.
Yeah, that hits rough damage.
And 9 damage.
9 damage, nice. The clown laughing turns to you. Why would you hurt Bubbles? You see as the hammer sort of hits him, his head just like, and then clicks back up. Picard. Then
Right.
Ozzy.
So I've realised that I did my last go slightly wrong. So the range of the musket I didn't realise has 2 ranges.
Okay.
It's got
yeah.
it's got one normal and one with disadvantage. So I should have done that one with disadvantage, but it's too late now.
Okay. That's fine.
But I'll remember that from going forth. I'd never seen 2 ranges before.
I thought anything less than 40 is disadvantage, and anything more than 120 is disadvantage. So if it's in between them range, then it's normal.
No, so if it's less than 40, that's my normal range. If it's more than 40,
Oh,
it's disadvantage.
and if it's
100
more than thingy.
120 is my max distance,
Got ya. Okay.
basically.
Cool.
Um,
You know it. You read it.
Anyway, I'm not going to shoot this motherfucker because he's right in front of me. I'm just going to absolutely because I'm not happy about these clowns.
Space clowns.
Yes, sorry, these space clowns. I'm going to go for an inflict wounds. So I'm just going to reach out and try and grab him.
Okay. He
24
sort of puts his
to
hand
hit.
out and you grab his finger like that. And
That's
24 to
his finger.
hit hits. Roll for damage.
He's not going to like this. 24 damage.
Nice. You see him as your normal black poison just like leeches across his skin. It comes up into his pure white smile, and like you see all his gums begin to bleed and his teeth turn red. He's still laughing, but he looks very injured.
So I'm just like tugging on his finger like this, like. And
Ozzy?
that's
Is
me.
that you? Ozzy?
Yeah.
So this cockroach, is he like? What's the cockroach doing? Is it like attacking?
So the cockroach
or?
at the moment it's just latched onto the wing. It looks more like a mount rather than. It looks like if you went near it, it'd fuck you up. But at the moment, it's not really moving.
Okay. Shut 60 for 10 full square. Okay then. Well. Range 30 feet. Fucking hell, everything's just too far away. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5,
That's
30.
space, man. Be Aussie, Space Clowns, and Styles and Scarrick.
Then I will cast. This is why I needed new spells. I'll cast Dissonant Whispers again on it's already on that one, on this one here.
Yeah. Okay, wisdom save.
Yes.
Ooh, 17.
Then he beats it, but he still takes half damage, I think.
Yep.
Takes 9, so half of 9. Is it round up or round down?
Rounded up.
5 damage then, but doesn't have to move away.
Okay. Nice. You see, as you shoot him with this Dissonant Whispers, and he sort of like laughs it off. He begins to laugh and laugh and laugh, and then you see his body morph in front of your eyes into a small girl. And she just looks like she's crying and in tears, floating away from the vessel. And then from her, well, she begins to float closer.
Oh no! I think I heard a little girl. They're not space clowns, the space little girls.
That doesn't make it better.
Where's a dolphin when you need one?
Right. Landed in between both of you, this small girl just sort of lands on the deck crying like, "Why would you hurt me?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why would you treat me this way?"
I'm sorry, little girl.
The other one gets to make a save, right?
No, he just gets turned around.
That's it. Oh,
It
so he
just
can come
happens-
back now.
Yeah, it just happens for one
Once.
turn.
Okay. You see him call across the cockroach, which goes shh, and he jumps on the back of it, and then takes a shot with his ray gun towards the little girl that's in between you. 14 will hit for 2d6. 5, 6. So you see this blast coming, you're thinking it's coming for you, you sort of duck out the way, but you see as this small girl in front of you gets hit by it, the force just like blasting over her body and she begins to laugh. The ones at the back.
The hell, why are they shooting each other?
The one that you've got the finger of Picard.
Mm-hmm.
You see him, he takes his other hand and sort of puts it onto his face, which is now covered with this blackened blood from you. And he's going to shock himself. 10, which hits for this. Oh, that's good. 10, 20, 15. Yes. So you see him. He takes his hand, lifts his free hand, puts it onto his face, and as he looks at you with like his bulging eye smile spreading from like ear to ear, you see electricity come out of his hand and just begin to burn his face. His face is shaking, his body's contorting in front of you. The finger in your hand is like gripped. You see he falls limp, but as he does, where the electricity is burnt into him and your force has gone through, he begins to rip and tear. There's this tss, which hisses out of him. All of a sudden his body explodes. I need you and Scarrick to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh god.
Oh my god. What's this going on?
19.
19, you pass. What was it, Scarrick?
Alex has got +2 to that.
Oh, +2, but
I've
still
got 10.
pass. 10. You fail, Scarrick. Picard, you feeling the shot come through your hand, you just manage to like jump out the way and jump up as his body explodes into this black ichor that lands on your skin. For you, Picard, it is 4 damage. For you, Scarrick, it is 7. As this liquid begins to burn you. He is gone though.
Good riddance. I yell to the rest of the guys, watch out, because they explode.
Well, actually, they're going to stay there. They're going to take a pop with the ray guns. One of them at you, Scarrick, 11. One of them at you, Picard, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But both miss.
Yeah.
I think as they shoot, you sort of dart out the way of this explosion of eruption, black ichor. Styles, it's you. You just seen this person explode behind you, and now you've got one in front of you.
Just out of sheer panic, I'm just going to throw my rapier and stab at it.
Okay.
13.
What was
I'm
it,
going to
sorry?
use a luck. That team, I'm going to use a luck to have another go.
Classic. 13 hits, by the way. But you've used your luck, so.
Yeah, no, it's alright. Well, 22, so I am going to damage, but I get my thingy as well, so that's...
Yeah, because you got your sneak attack.
Yeah. Uh, 28, 31.
31 damage.
Yeah.
As you jab your rapier into the small girl in front of you,
Oh crap!
she
That
just
was a
begins
girl.
to cry. but why, Daddy? Why? And her cry begins to turn into laughter as her form, holding a rapier in her stomach, turns back into the clown in front of you, his smile like devious and curled up all around his face. Why, Daddy? Why?
Jesus Christ.
That you, Styles?
With the fact that I think it's going to explode, I'm going to disengage, and then
Disengage.
Bye, Ozzy. Disengage.
yeah, and drop down to the desk below.
Alright. Yeah, you can jump down. You can move your... So it's about 5 feet movement to get down, and then you've got 30 for your rest, so...
Gotta go.
Scarrick. Getting this, like, corrosive acidic ichor off your skin, you, like, come back to your senses.
Is this guy still alive here?
The one on top deck is, but you'd have to move to get up there.
Yeah.
10, 15...
5, 10,
It would take you 20 to get up to top,
25.
so you could get in range.
Good.
You can get in range, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll go there.
Okay.
I'll go and take a swing at this guy.
Alright. The girl.
It's turning back into a clown, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah,
It's
Oh yeah, it
fine.
did turn into a clown, yeah.
I'll just fucking... Preferred the idea of swinging my wand down on a little girl in front of Ozzy. Where is it?
Fatality.
16?
16 hits, roll for damage.
It's tiny. 10 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And the second swing is 9, so miss.
Okay. You thud into it, half his head just caving in, and as your hammer comes back up, his head just almost like inflates, but inflates oversized to what it was before, this huge bulbous lump on his head. Ouch! That was a big hit. Picard.
Right, I'm gonna pop a shot with my rifle at this guy over here. Why is it not pinging?
Left or right?
The guy on the left. Ping
Okay.
you bitch, there it is.
Yeah.
And he is within good range, let's call it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fire! Oh. 5.
5 shoots off into space as he sort of jumps in, like does this graceful star jump, and it shoots between his legs, just ripping part of his trousers.
Oh. No, I'll reload as my bonus action.
Okay, Ozzy.
Remembering that I had this ray gun and seeing them all using it, I go, oh shit, yeah, I have one of them, and I pull it out, and at point blank, I just aim it like they did and just pull the trigger and see what happens.
Okay. Let me see. Did it have a thing?
So this is the RPG version of the ray gun.
Okay, roll d20. It's +5 to hit.
Oh, 7.
Well, I'm gonna say at point blank range, it almost has like an area effect. The fact that you've just shot it and it's pinged off. So if you all make a dex save.
Oh, God.
Because the razor got to go somewhere.
My.
+2.
18.
18.
7.
Okay, well, you've got your shield. So, as Ozzy, like, fires it, it misses, it pings off your shield. You, like, fucking jumping back with the force. It shoots back into the clown. For how much damage? We'll say it's spray damage. It would normally do... Where is it? 2d6, so we'll say 1d6. 3 damage. Okay. In the commotion of ray gun, it almost burns your hands and you sort of drop it from your hands. And it just drops to the deck in front of you.
So does it not make him laugh?
I think they're already laughing.
I don't think it'd work on him. I mean, he's already laughing anyway.
But like, is that an effect by the sounds of it?
It is an
Obviously,
effect,
right,
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But to be fair, he passed the thingy. He is laughing though. That helps.
I drop it in front of her like, oh my god, I don't know what that thing is.
As you drop it in front of him, he picks it up, like slinging his old one on his back. And he laughing, he just puts it into his mouth like really wide, hilariously laughing. And he just goes, it's like this. With that, his head just erupts. I need you both to make a dex save.
What the fuck? Suicidal space clowns.
You're lucky you didn't steal that gun.
He's exploded himself anyway.
12.
16. God.
Okay, you both pass, and you only take 3 damage as the Icar is just blasted up into space in this huge, like, rain cloud, which Skamric, bringing your shield up, you manage to cover each other with, and it lands on your shield. You hear it like thick lumps of it, doof, 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 and it just begins to hiss and corrode into the metal. The ray gun drops in front of you, and you manage to pick it back up.
Fuck. Why
Yeah,
are
to
they
be
shooting
fair, I can
themselves?
take some of that damage. I can take all of that damage away for Ozzy.
Yeah, no damage from you now. What we got? We got 3. 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. With that, you hear this maniacal laughter as they begin to jump onto the cockroaches and then take them out. 5, 10. Let me just use my ruler. As they do, careering from between 2 large asteroids, this huge vessel appears. Let me show you. It's a huge, brightly painted space galleon with more of these clowns hanging from the rigging and the sort of the sails. The sails are ripped, bright colours of red, white, orange stripes, just like a circus tent. They're all manically laughing and looking at you, firing ray guns in random directions as these huge cockroaches, dragging the survivors of the clowns back, latch onto this ship. You see it maneuver behind another asteroid, come out of the belt, and then whoosh,
They're all fucking
warps
nuts.
as you're left in the now calmness of space, black, thick ichor dripping off your skin. Some of you injured, others of you just confused. That is where we're going to end tonight's session.
What the hell?
What the fuck?
Mr. Styles, get the mop. We're going to need a mop.
Well,
space clowns.
I'm so confused. What the fuck is going
You can't go to the astral sea without going to space clowns, man. And this is all D&D canon, man.
Them's the
I'm telling
rules.
you,
Brilliant.
them's the rules. But like you say,
Did
the
see
interesting
little three
thing,
darts?
the interesting thing is going to be when you get back and you have a ray gun.
Yeah, you'll be the most
do
powerful
we-
person.
Do we have two other ray guns now? Did they drop two ray guns?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, you can loot the puddles, I guess.
I figured we'd be looting them.
Looting.
Yeah. Remind me
Can I
that.
take one of them then?
Yeah, I think if you
um,
and Scars get the other ray guns, then we've all got a shoot.
Yeah.
Surely we can't all have fucking
Shoot
ray
her.
guns. What's going
Free
on?
ray guns.
Well, sorry, 'cause I've got a musket.
Thing
When we
on
get back
D&D.
to-
Old school.
When we get back to Saltmarsh, we can take over the world.
Exactly.
I hope. Well, guys,
Madness.
welcome to
Well,
Wild Space.
that took a turn.